where it used to take 3 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, theys, thems, and MAGA. Welcome to the live YouTube. I'm going to have to change the adjustment because I forgot the comments are blocking the ones that you guys see over there. But welcome into the show, Defend the Indefensible, episode 83, where Trump supporters come up and do what they do best. For example, Joseph down there in the comments that decided to spam MAGA instead of hitting the big, bold request box that's waiting for him is absolutely ridiculous to me, but it is what it is. I'm putting good energy out into the air. I think we're going to have some great conversation today. I think we're going to talk to Trump supporters who are waking up to the actions of this administration in Jeebus name. In Jeebus name. Absolutely, Donnie. We do look fantastic in anything. 6,000%. 6,000%. But, man, I'm tired. I'm tired. It's almost as if every day, multiple times a day, we're seeing some new load of nonsense. And quite frankly, the biggest one that I was just thinking about is today here in Texas, we have the runoffs. We're going to have the Texas runoffs. So obviously the big contention for Republicans is if it's going to be John Cornyn and Ken Paxton, both of which are terrible candidates, but it'll never cease to amaze me how Donald Trump loves to support the ones on the criminal side. Ken Paxton, who's impeached for fraud. Ken Paxton, who can't even stay faithful to his wife. Ken Paxton, who is not really a good person, but that's the guy who got the endorsement from the Trump administration. Hopefully, John Cornyn wins over on the Republican primary, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be Ken Paxton, and either way, we'll shut him down too. But if you are a Trump supporter who are growing more and more tired and dissatisfied with the actions of this administration, this live is a safe space for you, if you will. You are the individual that we want to speak to. You're the person we want to give a space to come up here and share exactly what made you get off the MAGA plantation with minimal judgment. Or you could be a Trump supporter who still thinks he's doing a great job. You think we need to trust the plan. We haven't given him enough time, in which case, this is the platform for you as well. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. This is not a Trump supporter. What's going on, Fax?
What's up, you delicious human being? How are you?
I knew it.
So when are we going to start the campaign for the sexiest man alive? I'm just wondering, is that going to start after the midterms? Are we going to put that on a calendar going into 2027? Love you, bro. See you later. Bye.
You son of a bitch. I'll tell you what was super funny about one of those comments. I actually am going on a calendar, y'all. I actually am going on a calendar. I was approached by a creator a few weeks back. And they said, hey, we did like a voting or a poll or something for some of the sexiest creators, and you were nominated. Would you like to be a part of this calendar? I was like, me? Someone nominated me? I was like, fuck it, let's do it. So, actually same, yeah, it makes fucking sense you were on there, Facts. So yeah, I will be on the calendar for you guys purchase. The money will be going towards a good cause. That comes out next year. So very interesting. Fax and I have this back and forth, and he got his revenge, bastard, when I least expected it. I'm going to get you back good, Steve. I'm going to get you back good. Anti-cases. Back to the show. Trump supporters request up in the box. You, the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. I do have a video to share with you guys that I thought was good. I thought it was a pretty good video, and we'll play it in a moment, I suppose.
From
John.
John, you're on the line. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
And do you regret your vote?
No.
And why is that?
Because Donald Trump is ensuring the long-term security of our country, as well as Israel, who is, one of our allies. He is enforcing the border laws, not allowing illegal immigrants to willy-nilly come across the border in droves like under Sleepy Joe. Donald Trump he's socked tariffs on companies in order to get them to come back to the United States and build and employ U.S. citizens rather than cheap overseas labor.
You don't put tariffs
Donald
on
Trump.
countries. I mean, on companies. You put it among countries. Friendly reminder.
Those companies are paying the tariffs to send their products over here. It's punishing them.
No, study shows that the American taxpayer paid the majority of those tariffs, upwards to 60-70%. Where are you getting it that companies ate the cost? And if what you're saying is true,
when they come over here,
if what you're saying is true, that would contradict Donald Trump's Truth Social post he made last year initially, when he quite literally begged for companies to pay the cost of the tariffs. He was complaining that they were imposing it on citizens. Companies like Black & Decker, Procter & Gamble, Nintendo, so on and so forth, came out in 0.2 seconds. It was like, yeah, we got to raise our prices. Before the tariffs were even implemented, they preemptively jacked up the prices of some of their goods in anticipation for the tariffs.
Well, guess what happens when they jack up the prices of their goods?
They don't get prosecuted because we don't have a federal price gouging ban?
American citizens can choose not to buy those high-priced goods and buy something that's a little bit cheaper on the market.
Oh,
That's how it works.
interesting. Is that so?
Yeah.
Do the tariffs not bring up the cost on all goods, regardless if one is expensive or cheap?
No. Tariffs are designed, like Donald Trump said. Ford has companies in Mexico that build cars, right? Trump said he was going to double the price of those cars coming over to the United States. Why would he do that?
You tell me.
If you double the price of a car coming in the United States, no American's going to buy it because it's too expensive. And that company is going to go bankrupt.
Yeah.
So what's Trump doing? He's trying to force that company to come back over to the United States, employ American citizens for job security, and allow capitalism to work.
Well, considering that the unemployment rate has went up, considering we've seen mass layoffs from several of the top institutions in the United States, I would say he's not doing a great job in that department. Not to mention the whole purpose of us getting other cars overseas is because they are cheaper. American companies also do the same to make their cars more affordable. Them doing more of this manufacturing in the United States without the infrastructure to do so is going to do exactly what you said earlier, cause people not to go for those options because they're too high, and find cheaper ones. But Donald Trump is bringing up the price of everything. So for a specific class of people who can't afford it, they just go without.
If you think Donald Trump's the only one bringing the price of goods and services up, you are very mistaken.
I'm not talking about everything that's bringing the cost of goods up. I have a topic here speaking on Trump, so I'm speaking on behalf of Donald Trump's actions. I don't know why you'd be referencing anything else.
No president, Republican or Democrat, has made any effort to get our national debt.
It's actually not true. Did you know that Donald Trump, as it sits right now, makes up the majority of our national debt?
Since the 1980s, except Bill Clinton is the only one who had a balanced budget once.
Yeah, balanced evenly. But in regards to people who are actually able to pay money into that national debt, Obama was able to do it, and Joe Biden was able to do it.
Spent so much money that it's driving inflation.
Got you. So here's what you're doing, and it's very common for Trump supporters to do. Whenever you guys get backed into a corner, when your president is doing a terrible job, you then go to both sides, but Democrats. Fun fact, I don't care. My topic has Donald Trump on it, and we're talking about how Donald Trump is jacking up these prices because of his policies and his pathetic stance in foreign affairs. Not to mention, my guy, Donald Trump quite literally contributes the majority of our national debt, or is the sole president to contribute the majority of our national debt by 28%. And he's not even done with his second term. So if you want to talk about debt and how every person spends, sure. But why is it that Donald Trump, the president of fiscal responsibility, quite literally spending the most? Yeah, I know you hear me talking, so I don't know why you're over talking me when I'm speaking. Sleepy Joe did not contribute the majority of the national debt in 4 years. Donald Trump did that.
I told you, it doesn't matter if it's Republican or Democrat.
No, it does, because your party ran off of fiscal responsibility. They ran off of ending waste, fraud, and abuse as they proceeded to jack up budgets for places like the Department of War to go kill people overseas and harm us here.
Well, you know, that needed to be done, didn't it? The Iranian war. I mean, if you don't think that was an okay thing to do, then
no, I don't think it's okay to go start wars and put Americans at risk. No, I don't think it's an okay thing to kill 13 U.S. troops because you don't know how to give people a heads up.
City up, maybe then you would think, oh gosh, maybe we should have listened to Donald Trump and went after them earlier.
I'm sorry, they didn't blow anything up with a nuke because they don't have nuclear capacity. So I don't know what you're rambling on about.
Did you hear me? They have nuclear material that is
several countries have nuclear materials. You'd be talking about uranium.
They have said that they're going to wipe Israel and the United States off the map. God bless themselves.
You. No, they've called for the ending of the institution of American government specifically. They actually don't have issues with a lot of our citizens.
That's political Islam for you, okay? If Islam
we've also talked about
in power, we wouldn't have problems in the Middle East. But since Islam is in power, we have multiple problems in the Middle East.
So anyways, our only concern was nuclear extinction, which is exactly why. Thank you so much, Shauna, for the meteor shower. Big W to you. Guys, if you click on my name in the top left corner, you'll see the C1 gift gallery. We're going to have a few gifts there. The grayed out ones are what we're going to want to clear for the week. If anyone would like to support the stream in that way, please feel free to do so. The rest of you continue to double tap the screen. Let's get the likes up to 50K and beyond. Share the live with your friends and family. Also repost and add to your story. Send your daily heartbeats if you haven't already. And make sure we're doing all the good things. Thank you guys so much for knocking out the 1 cent gift codes. I'm going to level it up here, and we're going to carry on with this conversation where this guy clearly doesn't know how to let me finish the sentence. So back to you. What are we doing good in Iran?
What did we do good in Iran? Yeah. Well, like I said, Iran is the world's most state of terror. That they supply Hamas.
The most state
and Hezbollah
of care.
With missiles.
What does that mean?
Which in turn shoot into Israel every single day, trying to kill Jewish people. They also
I don't know what that has to do with America.
Multiple different other terrorists.
Yeah, listen, I get it. You're like a Zionist shill. Good for you. I don't know what the hell that has to do with the United States of America, because we were doing quite fine.
God bless you.
Well, let me tell you.
Thank you, Dog Mom, for the gifts. Thank you, Misbehaving.
God bless you.
Thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate y'all.
And so what happens is Donald Trump, instead of allowing Iran to continue to build their weapons to the point where they could maybe make a ballistic missile that could reach the United States, he and Israel decided to get together
ballistic
and
missiles.
Take them out.
They've quite literally been building and working on that for some time.
He took out multiple of
and
their
the ballistic
weapons.
Missiles that they've had, they have only ever used in defense.
He destroyed their navy. He destroyed a lot of their infrastructure.
Yeah, I don't know what that has to do with the fact that they control the Strait of Hormuz, because Donald Trump decided to strike them, and it never clicked in his mind once. Hey, maybe they could respond by blocking the Strait of Hormuz. We should secure that base first. Maybe we should get some U.S. troops out of the region before we blow them up, and they're going to retaliate in kind. Maybe we should do all that first. He couldn't even be smart enough to do that, and now we're going 3 months, actually 4, into a war that didn't need to happen. You do a lot of yapping, but I just want you to explain to me how any of this benefits us.
When Donald Trump's trying to protect America and its allies,
Donald Trump can't possibly be trying to protect us from America when he pulled us out of the deal that protected us from nuclear extinction.
Alcohol and drugs and cigarettes to supplement your habits.
I don't know what any of that has to do with anything. I'm sorry. Do you think the vast majority of Americans are spending their money on alcohol and substances?
Oh, many do.
Okay, sure.
Many do.
So you'd be completely ignoring the majority of Americans that do not partake in those things, or at least not irresponsibly, and would be spending
there's
those money on
the other
groceries and
the
goods that
other
they need
Americans
for
that
their
spend- there's-
families, for their
everybody can
friends,
cut
and they can't
finances
afford
in some-
that because
God
they
bless
have
you.
to put a bunch of money into gas to go back and forth to work. You know, the majority of Americans, the employed ones, those guys. Yeah.
Well,
So that was a
I'm just
very,
letting you know it's
very,
good that
very
Donald Trump's
garbage
taken
example of the
care
average
of
American, considering the
those
fact
little
that we don't
Islamists
partake in
now,
those things.
then let
Better
them
yet,
build a
even
weapon
if
that
someone
could,
did have
you know,
additional
harm us
money for
later.
substances, putting it into gas that didn't have to happen still isn't the flex you think it is. Thank you so much, Emmy, for knocking out the hat and
Gas was
mustaches. I
just
appreciate
as high
you.
under Sleepy Joe.
Do you do
for a
something? I'm
while,
sorry. I'm
so
sorry. Do you do
it's
drugs?
okay.
Do you do drugs? Do you do drugs?
Do I do drugs?
Uh-huh.
Absolutely not.
And do you drink?
I do not drink.
Oh, okay. Are you paying higher gas prices?
I'm paying higher gas prices than when President
Oh,
Trump
interesting.
came in office
Interesting.
because
Interesting.
Of the war, aren't I?
Interesting. Oh, crazy. Oh my God. Look at that. It's almost as if you are reflective of the average American. And you're not doing all the bad things you just tried to misalign us with, and you're suffering too.
No.
Interesting.
I choose
Super
to
duper
not
interesting.
spend monies on things.
Hey,
that
you know
are
what you didn't
stupid.
choose to do? Pay more
And,
money in
you know,
gas.
If we
You didn't
have to
choose that
pay
part.
little
You didn't
bit
have a choice
more
in that part.
for the protection of our
Oopsies.
country.
You keep
I'm
saying
okay with
protection
that.
of our country. What makes our country safer by creating more terrorists? Can you explain that to me? How do we make us
How are we
safer by
creating
creating
more
more terrorists? What do you mean, how do we create more terrorists?
Yeah.
Okay.
How-
Are you aware of the sleeper
is
cells
that?
that would exist in the United States, some which may have allegedly activated after our strikes in Iran? Are you aware
Did
of the
you realize
fact?
that
Are you aware of the
Sleepy Joe
fact
let them
that we
come
were
across the
literally?
border
Oh,
without
that's
any
interesting. Oh, that's
restraint?
interesting. Because last I
That's
checked,
exactly right.
last
they
I
came in
checked,
by the thousands.
last I checked, there was an Afghan national whose asylum was approved under the Trump administration come 2025 who went and shot 2 of our National Guards members. So nice try. Back to the main point at
Oh,
hand, because
no,
you
that's not
desperately
true.
keep trying to pivot to Biden
That's
because
not
you
true.
guys can't keep that old man's stage 4 prostate cancer nuts out your fucking mouth. We are creating terrorists because
Donald
we are
Trump is,
striking them. We
last
are
time I
striking
heard,
them
he's not
in the
allowing
middle of deals,
Islamists
in the
or
middle
anybody
of
who hates America
ceasefires,
to remain
and
in
every single
America.
time Iran
He's
tries to
using
approach
ISIS
us
to root 'em
through the diplomatic lens, we shut
Right,
them
Obama?
down. What happened on February the 26th? Thank you guys for the follows.
Obama.
What happened on February the 26th?
What happened on July?
Yeah, I didn't ask you to pivot. I asked
4?
you to answer a question. What happened on February the 26th?
Is it my job to know your
No, it's not.
calendar date?
It was just your job to answer a simple fucking question. If you don't know, you don't know. This isn't
I
a
don't
pop
need to
quiz.
know
You
what
don't get
happened
graded by this, my
on,
guy. Just
some
answer the
particular
question.
day.
Yes, you do.
That has nothing to do with my life or any other American.
Oh, you
citizen's
think
life.
what happened on February 26th has nothing to do with your life, as if it doesn't directly go into the shit you're literally complaining about right now. Cool. I'll tell you. You're dense. February 26th of 2026, we had a phone conversation, I believe maybe an in-person meeting with Iranian officials. And this was to develop a peace plan and a deal to get them to give up their enriched uranium that you keep crying about. The Iranian leaders left that meeting and they said it was one of the most productive conversations we've ever had. Steve
them
Witkoff
little
even
liars.
left, and he was able to assess their the uranium enrichment because they straight up told him exactly what they had. He was then able to come back to the United States and report back to the vice president and the president of the United States. In fact, the vice president, J.D. Vance, was a part of that phone call as well. And we were in the middle of those conversations. We had a follow-up the next week. And then 2 days later, in the wee early mornings of Saturday, Donald Trump decided to blow them the hell up in the middle of negotiation
Donald Trump.
based off of them having bombs that U.S. intelligence agencies still can't substantiate. But you're sitting here saying it's a good thing when we're the
do you
ones paying the
remember-
price.
Hey,
our tax dollars,
do you know
our
how
gas
we got to
prices,
this
our
point?
agriculture, so on and so forth.
you know
Americans
how we
are
got to
no
this
better
point?
off with Donald Trump instigating the events in Iran.
Do you remember how we got to this point?
Yes, I do. Donald Trump pulled this out, the
Do you
JCPOA,
remember
back
when
in
Obama
2018.
sent over billions of cash on pallets
I'm
to the
sorry.
Iranians to to
How much billion?
mind
How many
what
billions?
he tells
How many
them,
billions?
and they use that cash
How many
to
billions?
build all these missiles
How many billions?
that, you know,
How many billions?
Hezbollah and
How many billions?
oh,
How many billions?
100 and some $billion.
$100 and something billion?
Yeah,
Obama
billions
sent
of dollars.
$100 and something billion over to
they
Iran?
use that money
What?
to build
Hey, bro.
missiles.
I need you to prove that right now. I need you to prove it right now.
Listen,
I need you to prove it
said
right
it was
now.
a billions
I
of
need
dollars.
no. You said billions, and then you said hundreds of billions. I need you to prove it. I need you to prove it.
Billions is billions. They
Billions
can
is
buy-
billions. I
they
agree
can
with you.
buy
Billions is
all
billions.
of their
Billions. Can you
missile
prove that, bro? Hey, bro. Hey,
and
bro.
they
Hey, bro. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. Hey, bro.
refined-
Hey, bro. You ramble a lot, and you say a bunch of nothing. So what I just did right there is I put
This
you
is
on
what
hold
liberals
because
silence
you
when they
don't
want
know
you to
how
speak.
to shut the
So, see, they
ever-loving
built
fuck
these
up.
weapons,
I need
and then they
you to
refined
show
the
me
nuclear
where
material with the
those
money that
billions
Obama
went.
gave us.
Prove to me the billions went somewhere. I'm going to count down to 20.
You know, Obama,
And I'm going
the
to
guy
need you to confirm where these billions of dollars went and how they got to Iran, okay? You have 20 seconds to
your
give me that source.
savior
20,
sent them
19,
billions of dollars
18,
so that they could continue
17,
their terrorist
16,
propaganda
15,
and killing
14,
Jewish people
13,
consistently
12,
across the Middle East.
11, 10,
Iran
9,
admits
8,
to having
7,
many
6,
different
5, 4,
Four,
3, 2,
two.
1,
Obama
0. Sad fuck. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. I can't stand people who just want to ramble on and not address anything. People just want to hear themselves talk. I promise you, there's a therapist out there, or maybe a nice, you know, I'm not going to say that. I promise you there's someone out there willing to listen to you. Thank you so much, Trailer Swift, for the whale diving. Let's go! Guys, click on my name in the top left corner if you want to help out with the gift gallery. That leaves us with a couple more left. Follow my backup account right here, Hector Talks Reloaded with 2 R's. Steamrolling. Yeah, it was too goddamn much. It was too goddamn much. You're copying Erica? The fuck are you talking about? Actually, hold this mute. Accept that invite. Hold this mute. Accept that invite. I want to know what these billions. I want to know what these billions are. Give me the proof of these billions. Hundreds of billions of dollars was sent over to Iran by the Obama administration. First off, that would have been fucking illegal. No amount of payments for arms deals or settlement or interest could have made up hundreds of billions of dollars. What are we doing? You guys believe every single thing that Daddy Trump tells you, don't ya? Oof. He must have been reading from the group chat. Yeah, I've been hearing those reports. Let me be clear. When it comes to wow, bro. When it comes to when it sorry guys,
God bless you.
I can't even tell y'all while I'm laughing right now. That literally just threw me off. I had a fucking point and that threw me off. My friends are fucking clowns, bro. God damn it, my friends are clowns. When it comes to Elon Musk's baby mama or whatever the hell, and now she's on the grift tour. I'm sorry, every single one of these far right or previous far right Trump supporters, they're on a grift tour. I'm just gonna say it. Candace Owens getting up on television or a podcast and apologizing to Hunter Biden. I do believe that one was genuine. I do believe that one was kind of genuine, but still. Apologizing to Hunter Biden. Thank you so much, Nina, for the dinosaurs. Tucker Carlson saying that I'm going to have to pay the consequences for misleading all these people for voting for Trump, and the corruption is rampant. Megyn Kelly literally saying with her full chest, I didn't think the corruption would be this bad. So guys, help me out. Help me out. If you say something like, I didn't think the corruption would be this bad, would that imply that you knew that there was corruption? Wouldn't that imply that you voted for corruption? You just thought there would be a degree and Trump superseded that degree of corruption? Right? Right? Shouldn't that give all these Americans a pause who frequented her platform and took her words as fact day in and day out, that she knowingly told you guys to vote for a corrupt candidate and now the corrupt president, and is shocked that it went above her threshold of corruption that she was comfortable with? Insane. Insane stuff. We can even go as far as Joe Rogan. What's the name of that other individual? Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes is out here going, I'm so mad at Trump because he's not far right enough. Just go vote Democrat. That's how pissy they are. But I do want to leave you guys with a very interesting prompt, and this is for the Trump supporters now. If Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, Nick Fuentes even can apologize to their base and say, I made a mistake in voting for Trump and telling you guys to support him, why is it that in half of 2026, you still stand on your support? Some of his biggest megaphones, Marjorie Taylor Greene, some of his biggest megaphones have walked back their support, but here you are still shucking and jiving. I find that to be super interesting. I find that to be super duper interesting. With that being said, Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, we call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. All I ask is that if you do call in, have some sense. Please, have some sense. Your Fox News talking points don't work anymore. Excuse me, Fox Entertainment. So this is the video I was referencing earlier because Pete Buttigieg is out here doing what he does best. I know people have some gripes with him. I personally respect anyone who can go into Trump supporting spaces or MAGA spaces, such as Pete Buttigieg, who goes onto Fox News almost on a weekly basis, and talk to people who vehemently disagree with him. As an openly gay man, I think that's pretty damn impressive. And he's able to break down things in a very impressive way that I think even some of the most trailer park people can understand. But I'm going to play this little video. He was asked a question at a recent event that he hosted on the 17th of May, and this was his answer.
2 miles south of here in deeply, deeply red Beaverhead County. As a left-leaning individual and from someone who's brave enough to go on Fox News on a regular basis, how would you suggest, what suggestions do you have to convince my fellow Beaverhead County residents that I love this country as much as they do?
Well, first of all, thank you for trying, because, another part to that question about civility, and another thing that's on my mind when I kind of cross into some of those other media spaces, is that this isn't just something for a politician to do by going on Fox. Every one of us can talk to people, our neighbors, people we know at church, that uncle on your group chat, and in the family. We all got our relatives, right, our friends. And it's not about hitting them with politics all the time, but it's about kind of modeling something different. And I think there's an opening, and an opening is not the same thing as an answer, but an opening has come about because a lot of people believed this president when he said he was going to come in and keep us out of dumb wars, or when he said he was going to get gas prices down or get grocery prices down. That's obviously not happening. That doesn't mean they're coming our way right away, but it means they might be more ready to listen than before. And the one other thing I think is really important, and it's hard, especially if you are like a committed kind of true blue Democrat, is to make sure anybody you're talking to feels the regard that you have for them. Like, politics is all about what people think you think of them, right? So if they've been led to think that you're bonkers without ever actually talking to you, that's one thing. But also if, they believe that you judge them or think they're a jerk because of how they voted. Look, I think most of I know I'm from a different part of the country, but I feel a kind of Midwestern vibe when I'm out here. And I think a lot of us come from that same tradition. Certainly my faith teaches that the world's not divided into good people and bad people. We're all capable of good and bad things. And nobody's good or bad based on how they voted.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. Because I'm 50-50 on that answer. I'm 50-50 on that answer, right? First and foremost, I will say your vote doesn't necessarily determine if you are a good or bad person. No, Not really. Not inherently, right? For example, we talk to Trump supporters on a daily basis, and what happens when we bring up certain pieces of information? They go, "Oh, I never knew that before." There's a lot of blind voters. There's a lot of people who just didn't know any better, who legit just went to the polls because their mom, their dad, and da da da. If you'd ask me personally if I can actually somehow excuse the fact that they went the last 10 years not paying attention to the grape allegations, to the corruption, to the racism, so on and so forth, I would argue, but whatever. People are blind and legitimately live in a cave sometimes, right? No different from how I say not every single person who voted for Kamala Harris is a good person. So voting for Kamala Harris doesn't make you a good person. It just makes you a smarter person.
God bless you.
Politically. Voting for Donald Trump doesn't inherently make you a bad person. Sometimes you can just be really stupid. However, bad people vote for Trump, right? It's kind of like what we say. I'm not saying every person who voted for Trump is a racist, but every racist supports Trump. That's what I would say in regards to the bad thing. And there's a lot of people who legitimately voted for the harm that Donald Trump is causing. Like, they welcomed it. When he said mass deportation, round them up and get them out of here, they cheered. When he said we're going to cut benefits for hardworking Americans because the majority of Americans on those benefits are employed, they cheered. When he said he was going to obliterate Iran and end an entire civilization overnight, people cheered. And those people are going straight to hell. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Armand, did you vote for Trump?
Yep.
And do you regret your vote?
No.
Why is that?
Well, I feel like what I voted for, like, he's doing it pretty well.
And what did you vote for?
Well, I think that, like, one of the biggest things concerning the country right now is, like, the debt. And I think eventually it's going to get, like, it's already getting really bad. So I voted to, like, cut stuff, just like a conservative policy which cuts and tries to save money so it doesn't get as bad. And also I felt like Kamala Harris was like status quo, which I wasn't really agreeing with the direction the country was heading in.
Are you joking? You've got to be joking.
What do you mean?
You voted for Donald Trump to take care of the national debt?
Yeah.
Tell me, what about Donald Trump's first administration, and so far his second, gives you confidence that he is the president for reducing the national debt? Also, guys, 379 people in here. There's no reason we shouldn't already be at least 75,000 likes. Double tap the screen, show the algorithm you want to be here. Do all the good things. Go ahead.
So, well, I was a child during his first administration, so I'm not sure about that. But what I would say is, like, for just like in general for the debt, you like if you want the debt problem to be solved, you should be voting for conservative politicians and just right-wing policies rather than left-wing, which
I didn't ask
for
you.
the debt.
Hey, let me go ahead and ask you my question again, because clearly you didn't hear it properly, or comprehend it, I should say. You guys listen, but you don't comprehend.
No. I knew what you said.
I asked you to tell me what about Donald Trump led you to believe that he would be the guy to reduce the national debt. I don't
Again,
need
because
you
he
to
has
spin
a-
back into your Fox News rhetoric that you can't substantiate. I made it very easy for you. One man. Tell me what about that one man led you to believe what you believe.
So again, I just want to say, like, there's a better chance of him dealing with the debt than
Based
Kamala
off
Harris
of
would
what?
have, based off of the party he aligns with.
Oh. Republicans have a history of reducing the national debt?
Well, I don't know how far back we can go, but I
Go
think
as far back as
on
you need
average,
to.
being fiscally responsible
My guy,
leads to the debt.
I don't need your talking points. I don't need headlines. I need facts. Can you point to a Republican president or Republican administration in history that has reduced the national debt substantially that would match or outpace Democrats?
Okay, you don't mind me using Google?
Why would I mind you using Google?
I don't know, because I'm going to swipe off the thing.
Go ahead.
Give me a sec.
America. Thank you, Candy, for the hat and mustache. You guys have got... Headlines. Erica says it best. Headline,
God bless you.
hoochies. Thank you, Miss Donna, for the moonwalk. Headline, hoochies. All you have to do is say fiscally responsible. You don't actually have to be fiscally responsible. All you have to do is say secure the border, and you don't actually have to secure the border.
Yeah, the last time it was in the 50s. That's what Google said. Yeah.
Can you elaborate?
Well, that's what Google said the last time a Republican president was able to reduce the debt from the previous administration was in the 50s.
Okay, I didn't ask you
God
to tell
bless
me the
you.
last time one.
I don't know where I can get the stat for like compared to Democrats on like a
But you
debt-to-debt
came
ratio.
up here and you said with your full chest, Republicans and Trump was more likely. Oh,
Which is objectively true.
shit. I didn't mean to do that. Fucking Raven here. You said with your full chest, Republicans are more likely to handle this thing. And then the last example you were able to give was the 50s, to which I would then respond with, we could look at Carter. We could look at, what's his name? Lyndon B. Johnson. We can look at Bill Clinton, specifically in the 90s, who was most known for his positive. So what are you talking about?
Well, again, like I said, even if Trump's actions don't reflect what he should be doing, there was a better chance of him
His
doing
actions and his record, because we quite literally have his first administration to look back on and see exactly what he looks like for the national debt, which is bad. Donald Trump, in half the maximum time you're allowed to be a president, contributed to the majority of the national debt in the United States and has continued to do so in his second term. He controls, as it sits right now, 28% of the overall national debt, the majority out of any president in U.S. history. And he's not even finished with his term. So where are you
Does that
getting
also
this
include
belief that he would
the
do
worldwide
better?
pandemic?
Yes, the majority of what he spent during his first term was not COVID related.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
How old are you?
20.
Are your parents conservative?
What'd you say?
Are your parents conservative?
No.
What are your parents?
Like, what do you mean? What are they?
What are your parents politically?
I don't really talk to them too much about it, but I know they both voted for Harris.
Oh, so they're Democrats.
Yeah, sure.
Have you ever spoken to your parents about politics?
Occasionally.
And how did
Just
those
like
conversations
when it was
go?
on election. What happened?
How did those conversations go?
Well, what I remember, so that was during election day when I came back. They were just asking me who I voted for, and
you
I
told them you
said
voted for
Trump. Yep.
And what did they say?
And then they were just like, okay, well, why? They just gave me a bunch of reasons and stuff, listed off like, why I shouldn't have. And that was it. And occasionally, like when there's like a big headline in the news, like they talk to me about it, like, what's he doing? That's basically it.
Do you not listen to your parents?
What's that supposed to mean?
Do you not listen to your parents and their input on politics?
Not really,
Why is that?
because does their opinion really matter?
Okay. What did they tell you that was opinion based?
Well, they just like said that he was like, I don't know if I can say it on live, but like, the whole Epstein thing.
Yes, we have credible evidence that Donald Trump
Yeah, and they talked about like some girl named E. Jean Carroll, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, Donald Trump was held civilly liable of sexual assault of E. Jean Carroll. That is not a hypothetical. That is not a theory. That is not an
That is
allegation.
what happened.
That was proven in a court of law with a jury of his peers.
That's fine.
God bless you.
So that's not an opinion.
Well, the other thing is,
Hold on. No. It's not an opinion that he sexually assaulted a woman. Everything else you can say is conjecture, or well, not conjecture is the wrong word, allegations. But quite literally, his first wife in the divorce proceedings put the fact that he raped her and then the next morning asked her if it hurt. We have the other allegations, 26 or 27 from other girls, including individuals in the Epstein files, or named, alleged in the Epstein files. We have the fact that Donald Trump has a history of saying things that only men who do not respect consent would say, like grabbing them by the ussy, just kiss, I don't even wait. Walking into the changing rooms of underage girls.
No, I don't know about all that.
Those are all things that he said. We have recordings.
Yes, yeah, but I don't know if you're lying or telling the truth, but if you are telling the
What
truth,
am I
then
lying
I didn't
about?
know.
I don't have to lie about. We have evidence.
Yeah,
of all
well,
of
that's what I'm
these.
saying. Like, if you're not lying, then I didn't know about that.
What do you mean you didn't know about that? You said your parents talked to you about his sexual assault.
Not the what did you say? No, they mentioned the changing room stuff.
Yeah, Donald Trump said this on the Howard Stern show. He said this himself.
Wasn't he a comedian before he went into this?
No, Donald Trump was not a comedian.
Or like he was like a businessman, but he was on like comedy shows and stuff. He was on TV.
What comedy show was Donald Trump on?
Sorry, I'm back. Hello?
What comedy show was Donald Trump on? Donald Trump's not a comedian. He's
I don't know. Wasn't he like
businessman.
what happened?
He's a businessman.
Yeah, isn't he on TV all the time? Or he was?
And yes, he was a reality TV star.
Yeah, sure, whatever you want to call them.
Can you read this?
So
Can you read this?
multiple ways. So is Bush like the President Bush or?
No. Can you read this? Are you aware of the 2005
why would I read this out
Hollywood
loud?
access tape?
Why would I read this out loud?
It's important. Are you aware of the Hollywood access tape?
No.
Okay. Here's a
Not
snippet of
really.
it. This is the transcript. I want you to read it.
Okay, well, can you give me some context? Like, what is this?
Context is the conversation he is having with his friends.
With his friends?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Start from the top.
Like, you want me to read it out loud?
Absolutely. Up until you get to that big paragraph for Trump. I want you to read all that out loud.
Okay. Whoa. Yes. The Donald has. I can't even read that. That's scored. There's some stuff blocking it. Okay. Look at you. You are a pussy. You got to get the thumbs up. Okay. Okay. There. You're good. Okay. Maybe it's a different one.
Keep going.
It better not be the publicist. No, it's her. Yes. Okay, it's a little weird.
Keep reading.
Whatever you want. What the fuck?
I don't know why you're laughing. It's not really funny.
You don't think so?
No, not in the slightest. Go ahead. Read that big paragraph with Trump.
No, I already read it in my head.
No, read it out loud.
Why?
Because it's very important.
No, I read it. I got your point.
You got my point. Is the reason why you're not reading this out loud is because it makes you uncomfortable?
I mean, it's a little weird, yeah.
Okay, weird. How do you think
But
how do you think women feel?
But you don't say like
About
weird
this.
stuff with the boys all the time, bro.
No, not like that.
No?
How do you think women feel reading this?
Probably not great.
Okay. I'm going to read the part that you refuse to. Ladies, I apologize. Trigger warning. Yeah, that's her with the gold. I better use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. Just kiss. I don't even wait.
Yeah, but
And
that's
when
a
you're
joke,
a star, they let you do it. You can do anything, whatever you want. Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything.
That's a joke, though, obviously.
What's funny about that?
It's just a joke. Like,
Do
no
you
one
joke-
acts like
do you,
that.
Do you joke with your friends like that?
Well, not in that way, but like,
Oh, interesting. So clearly there's a line for you. Why is it that you toss that line away when it comes to the President of the United States?
well, he comes from a different time where stuff was
I
normalized,
don't
I
know
guess.
why you think a different time makes things okay. Your grandparents may have came from a different time where it was okay to call me a nigger in public. Do you think that excuses the behavior?
No.
Okay, then. I want to go back to this part specifically. Just kiss. I don't even wait. Do you kiss women without their consent?
No.
Why don't? Why not?
Because consent's important. Like, why do you need to go through this? You kind of already know.
Okay. So
I'm
what do you
assuming you
think
know.
I don't even wait means?
Okay, well, like, no one actually does this.
What do you mean no one actually does this? Donald Trump just
Like, no
admitted to
one,
doing it.
like, it's just a joke. Like, you can just
Oh,
tell
so
by
you
the
saying
tone.
no one actually does this in a country where the majority of sexual assault against women are by men? And that 2/3 of their, or
God bless
excuse me,
you.
3/5 of rape go unreported is ridiculously gross.
That's a different point.
No, it is a very valid point. You cannot wash away men's sins specifically of sexual assault with no one actually does this, because statistically you would be incorrect. Men perpetuate harm against women, the
Yeah, but
majority
so that-
of it.
That's
And
why
any
we-
excuse of this behavior is perpetuating rape culture.
That's why we put them in jail, do we not?
No, we don't actually. Like I said, the majority of rape goes unreported. And then apparently being a rapist does not disqualify you for being the president of the United States. As we sit here right now, here you are, a 20-year-old man protecting a rapist, excusing his comments and behavior as
Whoa.
jokes.
Protecting.
So would you not be an example of how we don't take rape seriously enough in the United States?
I wouldn't say that.
What do you mean you wouldn't say that?
I wouldn't say I'm protecting
You
rapists.
just said, you literally just said you do not kiss women without their consent.
Yeah.
And then you literally just excused Donald Trump's comments.
Well,
By saying
again,
he
so
was
I
just
think
speaking
that
weirdly with his weirdly with
I
his
think that
friends.
like people should be like, if people do these things, they should be punished. If the guy's done it, then we should punish him.
You didn't punish him. You voted for him.
It's not up to me. It's up to the judicial system, is it not?
You voted for him.
For his policies, yeah.
You voted for a rapist. For his
Okay, well,
policies?
I'm not. Well, again, from what I thought this was all just like allegations.
I'm sorry. Well, hold on. You don't get to fall back on that. As I'm telling you this right now, you're still making excuses for it. Allegation or not, you're discrediting the women. You're discrediting his behavior, or not discrediting, reducing his behavior. So clearly it doesn't mean anything to you right now. You don't get to fall back on, I just thought it was allegations. I'm presenting these allegations are not in front of you,
Yeah, well-
and you're making excuses for it.
No. I said like
How many girls are you talking to right now? Yeah, you're 20. I'm sure you're out there. How many girls are you talking to right now?
in what way?
You know what way.
Why does it matter?
It's relevant. How many women are you speaking to right now?
One.
Okay. So let's say you weren't behind this blankless, faceless profile, and a video
Yeah.
of this interaction was to be sent to this girl you're talking to. How do you think she would feel?
I mean, if I said anything bad, then obviously it'd be bad. I don't think I said anything
that's not what I
bad
asked
so
you.
far.
No. How do you think she would feel?
Completely depends on what I said.
Completely depends on what you said. Are you
Yeah.
confident that you haven't said anything in this entire conversation that would make her uncomfortable?
Yes.
You're fucking gross. Go ahead, Olive.
I just wanted to show something. Do you know who Katie Johnson is, Armand?
Who?
You probably don't. Okay, that answered my question. Can I see your big screen for a couple seconds, Hector?
Hold on.
This is a court document about Katie Johnson. It's Katie Johnson against Donald J. Trump. And, oh, what's that name right there? The name your parents were telling you about?
That's his name, yep.
Uh-huh. Guess when this case was?
Not sure. Maybe a couple years ago.
2016.
Okay.
You having this uncomfortability that everyone else is having as a survivor of sexual assault and rape and domestic violence is very telling. The reason why your parents brought this up to you is for you to face the consequences in which you're currently not taking accountability for. It's very disheartening and gross. I don't think any policy, any financial policy that this man has put into office would ever erase all the shit he's done. And if anything, his economic policies have actually tanked our economy.
Okay.
You got quiet.
Yeah.
Very quiet and very uncomfortable.
You want to know why you got quiet?
Let me know.
You're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Why are you uncomfortable?
Because we're talking about subjects that would make someone uncomfortable.
Okay. Well, I think this conversation would be a lot easier to be had if you weren't the gross one in this scenario. You are 20 years old. You're young. You are defending a man who you, per your own words, you wouldn't say the stuff that he said, you wouldn't do the stuff that he does. But for some reason, it's locker room talk. It was a joke. That doesn't actually happen. You're excusing rape culture. Mm-hmm. I do need you to understand that.
And so if you're having...
Sorry.
I was just gonna say, if you're gonna make a joke and call this locker room talk, that minimizes the damage a comment like this could do to someone. Do you not understand that?
Well.
Do you not understand that women through society have always been called, some of us just walking pieces of meat? You know, what I would do to that woman, just passing comments by?
No, I've heard these comments, but I don't add anything.
You know how bad this harms young women? How this harms women in general? Do you understand your rhetoric, especially when you're talking about someone like E. Jean Carroll and calling her some girl when she was berated on the internet? When people will tell her that she's not too pretty enough to be raped. She's not pretty enough to be raped. Do you understand how harmful that is? Trigger warning, guys. Sorry, I apologize. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
You got quiet because you're uncomfortable. That's it. You would rather sit and talk about policies that don't exist. You would rather sit and talk about the fact that we're heading headfirst into another war.
I also want to point out, no, you're fine. Whatever level of uncomfortability you're feeling right now, in no way, shape, or form touches or rivals every single woman who watches my lives or anyone else's lives or the news and listens to people support rapists on a daily basis. Listen to people excuse their behavior on a daily basis. I want you to imagine waking up in a home where one of your family members assaulted you. I want you to imagine waking up in this home, listening to your friends, your family, whoever, tell you that he or she, whoever, was one of the greatest people ever, that they can't do anything wrong, that this was taken out of context. I want you to imagine being in that scenario and how that would make you feel. That's the everyday life of a woman in the United States.
Not even, I don't know if you see Amber. Amber is actually the niece of E. Jean Carroll. Librarian Amber.
Oh, I didn't see her here.
She's E. Jean Carroll's niece. You have to correct me, Amber. It's either niece or daughter. I think it's niece. I could be wrong. But Amber could tell you this. Is it niece, daughter?
Yeah, niece.
Okay, I just couldn't remember. But her aunt's story has been twisted and turned, and I can only imagine what she's faced as a family member of E. Jean Carroll. But here you are, when Hector was bringing up E. Jean Carroll, and your parents are bringing up, oh, it's just some girl. It's a woman. It's a grown-ass woman who was violated. And even now, even with the statutes of limitation, I would consider having fingers forced up me grape unconsensually.
It is now in New York State. The law changed after that case, but she's 81 years old now. It's not like she was 52 when this happened, and Trump was in his 50s as well. So these weren't like young people. And I think my biggest concern with these conversations that seem to go the exact same way over and over and over again is the immediate assumption that he's joking, he's kidding, it's a joke. When, first of all, you didn't even know about this 5 minutes ago. Hector read you a transcript, so you don't even know the context or how they sounded. But you just automatically assume it's a joke. Well, let me tell you, there's a lot of truth told in jest when men talk that way. They have to have that stuff in their minds already in order to try to make light of it. And just because Donald Trump enjoys making light of it doesn't mean that he's not still saying those words that are really gross.
We've heard him nowadays. I mean, he's made comments about that all the time, even to this day.
And in addition to that, this isn't an isolated incident. He's done this repeatedly. He's done it about his own daughter, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
He's done it on TV shows, the Howard Stern radio show. There are 27 women with accusations against him. So this isn't like a one-off situation. This is a long-term pattern of behavior. And to in addition to that, for some reason, people think that the United States handles rape cases very harshly and that people like that get locked up. But the reality is, even when a case actually does make it to trial and someone is convicted, which is rare, to be honest with you, in rape cases, only 2 to 5% actually see jail time with a conviction for rape in the U.S.
And that doesn't even stay for that full time either. A lot of them get off on good behavior too soon, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's embarrassingly low. And I'm not even gonna go. It's hard to start talking to someone about this who is at a starting point of ground floor with no background information or knowledge about this topic, to get them to understand how badly these cases are handled and what they do to victims on the stand and how they defend their clients and why that's one of the reasons a lot of women choose not to report, because the process of going through a rape kit and depositions and trial is just as traumatizing as the act itself a lot of the time. And extends out for years and years and years of your life.
But Armand, you would rather talk about non-existent policies. You'd rather talk about the wins from the Trump administration, to the fact that there are millions and millions of young women, innocent women, in countries where we used to give USA ID to, where they're currently facing hardships. Multiple countries are currently starving from us cutting different programs from this administration. But again, tell me how we're winning against the war in Iran.
Hold on. Yeah, you can unmute. You
What's
have
up?
absolutely nothing to say to anything any of the information these women just gave you. I can literally hear it in your voice. You are stunned. You are uncomfortable. You may even be a little scared. You know what's happening in your brain right now? That's your fucking conscience. It is something that 77 million Americans chose to turn off. Yours is working probably for the first time in the last year and a half. I would advise you to listen to it. That natural instinct, that feeling, listen to it and research. That's enough of that.
You look good in yellow, Hector, by the way.
Thank you, Olive. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
1
Also,
second.
great, Amber.
Caller, 1 second. I'm finishing up with the panelists. We'll get you in 60 seconds. I want to give you both 30 seconds each to give your final thoughts before I drop you down.
Do better, men. Men can do better. I surround myself with great men who are not only just fantastic as friends, but also great men, and people should look up to them for example. But if you're not one of those men, do better. Always do better. I don't care who you are. You always listen to women's voices, and specifically, we should all listen to non-white women's voices. That's all.
Thank you so much, Olive, for coming up. Please make sure you guys are following Olive. She is live just about every single morning and sometimes in the afternoon. So make sure you're following her for the morning live streams that I never make it in time for. Thank you so much, Olive, for coming up.
Because you're sleeping.
I do be sleeping. Amber, final thoughts?
Oh, God. Okay. I think I'll just say, if that kind of quote unquote joking around and talking that way is completely normal to you, which it sounded based on what he said, it sounded like it is normal to him, you are absolutely going in the extremely wrong direction with your life. You need better friends. You should have listened to your parents, and you should probably see a therapist if that kind of talk is funny to you when we have a global femicide going on right now, in addition to an epidemic of sexual violence. And that's it.
6,000%. Guys, make sure you're following Amber as well. Thank you so much for coming up.
Thanks, Hector, for having me. See you later.
I do want to issue a correction as well. It may not even be that his conscience activated. It could be that he's guilty of everything Donald Trump is doing, and that's why he's uncomfortable. I gave him too much grace. It could be that he's fucking guilty of everything that Donald Trump did, and that's why he felt uncomfortable. I'm too nice to some of these fucking people sometimes. All right, caller, you're on the line. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
And do you regret your vote?
Hell no.
Why is that?
Because Trump is the best thing that happened to fucking America. And you guys, who the hell do you guys think you are trying to freaking demonize that little boy? You guys are cowards, bro. Lies. All you guys doing is lies.
I want to ask you a question.
Bringing up the Epstein files, but you don't want to bring anything up about how Biden and all the other freaking idiots went to the fucking island.
Biden
eating
never went
people,
to the island.
Sex trafficking.
Where did you hear this from, that Biden went to the
How
island?
about Bill Gates? Emails with fucking Epstein.
Hold on. You
with
said
the-
Biden.
with
You
the
said
freaking
Biden.
COVID.
And Bill Gates didn't run for a
Orchestrating the
seat
COVID.
in the government. Can you tell me when Joe Biden went to
I ain't
Epstein
telling you
Island?
shit because you guys ain't nothing but fucking liars and bitches,
Did you
bro.
call in to
You guys
cry,
are
or did
fucking
you call
liars.
in to have a
All
conversation?
you doing is hating on fucking Trump, but you fucking
Did you call in to
overlook all
cry,
the other evil that
or did you
fucking
call in to
demon
have a
rat fucking
conversation?
did. Huh? You guys are fucking dumb, bro.
You called in to cry. Okay, cool.
Oh, I didn't
So Joe
cry.
Biden
Fuck you. You guys are
doesn't
fucking
have
crying.
any
Just like that
history.
Devin bitch in your
Oh,
fucking
any
chat.
flight log will show that he
guys are
went to
fucking
Epstein
maniacs,
Island.
bro. You
We
guys
do
are
have
psychopaths.
prominent Trump
Narcissistic
officials, Trump
pedophiles.
associates,
That's
Trump
all you guys
financiers, Trump investors that did. Now, let me be super duper clear, just in case you didn't know this. The Epstein files.
yeah, here it
Hey,
comes.
do you
Look,
agree?
let's be apologetic.
Do you agree
Let's
that
be
the
clear.
Epstein
We
files
all know
isn't a
you
party
guys are
issue?
saying bullshit
Do
when
you
say, let's
agree
be
that
clear.
the Epstein
Nothing but
files
fucking
is
lies,
not a
bro.
party issue?
What?
Do you agree that the Epstein files is not a party issue?
What? Epstein donated to the fucking Democrats. To
I don't
Hakeem
think you
Jeffries, all the
understand the
Democrats.
question.
They're
You're
all
clearly
evil.
not
The
comprehending
elites
well.
that they're complaining
I want
about
to try
they're
and
the main
ask this
ones
question
that are
again
getting rich off of
in a
our
way
misery.
that you can
And you
understand.
fucking idiots are so fucking
Do you
brainwashed,
believe
bro.
that Democrats or Republicans exclusively are in the Epstein files? Or is it both
Yes.
of them?
Yes. Yeah, they're both of them. Yes.
Both of them are the Epstein
Republicans
files,
and
correct?
Democrats, but I didn't
Right?
vote for the Republicans.
So
I voted
Epstein,
for fucking
so
Trump.
the Epstein files, who is a
In my
Republican,
ballot, it
so
says
the
"We
Epstein
people,"
files
not Republican,
is
not
not,
Democrat.
my guy, Donald Trump ran as a Republican. What are we doing?
So
So
what?
since you and I
So
agree,
fucking what? 'Cause those are the only
since
two parties
you and I
that
agree
fucking win.
that the
Those are the
Epstein
only two
files
parties
is
that
not
fucking
a
win. So fuck
partisan
gonna go
issue,
Republican.
then
'Cause
you
those are
and
the
I
people
can
fighting for our
agree,
freedom.
then
While you guys
any
trying to
single
censor us
person,
online and shit.
shut the fuck up! Jesus fucking Christ. Hang the fuck up. God! If you're not following me, hit that follow button in the top left corner. We are live every Saturday after 3 p.m. CST and randomly throughout the week. Share out the live with your friends and family. Also repost and add to your story. Knock out the little gift goals here. We have 54 more of those to go. Just bleh. All you guys do is bleh, bleh, bleh. You know nothing. You know nothing. Just fucking rambling. Jesus fucking Christ. Call in to have a conversation or go see a fucking therapist. Shit. Gift goal, click on my name in the top left corner, C1 gift gallery, knock out all the things in the gift gallery if you want to support the platform, and then check out the links in the bio. Follow me on all social media such as YouTube that we're doing streaming to right now, and Instagram where I post the videos I put up here. Join the Discord community to which we're over 700 members strong. Get yourself some merchandise off the merch shop. Thursday, we actually have some new samples coming in, so I'm going to be showing those off on Thursday. You can get those things. Not somebody flagging my bro, somebody got mad and flagged my backup. Bro, they flagged my backup, dog. You know what? I'll take it. That's one of the best flags I've ever gotten. I'll take it. Backup was muted the whole time. They flagged the backup. That works for me. If you want to support the platform, you may check out the links in the bio. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo at Hector Talks with 2 R's on Cash App and Venmo. PayPal, Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's. If you're over on the Tube side, you may send a super chat, super sticker, or even become a member. Those of you over on the YouTube side, hit the like button on the stream. Hit the like button on the stream, subscribe, turn on notification bells, share out the live with your friends and family. Check out my last short on there. But yeah, engage with all the engagement, guys. Engage with all the engagement. If you're a Trump supporter who can actually engage in a reasonable conversation without just yelling because you couldn't talk to your mama the way you think you can talk to random people on social media, request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. Or if you're over on the Tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Speaking of, hold on, let me fix this chat issue. I keep forgetting about this. I think that should work. I think you guys should be able to read that on YouTube. I have to put it up here because when it's lower, it blocks the YouTube chat. YouTube, tell me if that's better. YouTube, tell me if that's better. When you have no arguments, resort to personal insults and shout over the opponent. Sure, buddy, I know you just heard that last conversation. You got all this energy to criticize me telling him to shut the fuck up because he couldn't. You guys aren't real people, bro. You guys aren't real people, bro. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Trump supporters will literally listen to someone call in, slur and scream and shout and ramble on. And then the second you drop them, the second you clap back, they go, see, this is why liberals can't debate. Like, oh, did we just ignore everything? Did we ignore everything else? Did we not hear anything? Is that what we're doing? Selective hearing? Okay. Selective hearing? I meant him. I got you, Chaos. I got you. But no, literally I saw a few other comments saying the exact same thing. The exact same thing. They very much do live in an alternate reality. Anyways, another transcript I had up is of his comments on the Howard Stern show, which you all are pretty aware of this at this point. But, yeah. Well, you could also say it's the owner of the pageant. It's your obligation to do that. And by do that, they mean walking in. Hold on. Howard Stern. So you have done that. Donald Trump. Well, I'll tell you, the funniest is I'll go backstage before a show. Howard Stern. Yes. Trump. And everyone is getting dressed and ready and everything else. And then there are no men or anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant and therefore I'm inspecting it. You know, I'm inspecting it. Robin. Right. Trump. You know, I'm inspecting it. I want to make sure that everything is Howard Stern. You're like a doctor. You need to be there. Trump, yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? Is everyone okay? And you see these incredible looking women. And so I sort of get away with things like that. But Stern, tell me the first time. Tell me the first time you had sex with one of the contestants. And what was that like? Take us through the whole experience. Please share with us. Share with my audience who never gets to have sex with you, Miss USA. Mind you, we are talking about underage girls between the ages of 13 to 15 years old. Donald Trump says, is everyone going to be watching tonight? Artie says, we'll make sure. Trump says, well, just say it as he gets to sleep with the winner. So that's one of the prizes. But I guess that's funny. I guess that's funny. Someone finds that funny. Someone thinks that's acceptable locker room talk. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Did we finish this video here? Let me make sure we finish this Buttigieg video while we're waiting on the Trump supporters to grow some testicular fortitude. W's in the chat to Tiffeezy for the $5 cash app. Damn, MAGA ain't that fucking smart. No. Not the batch we're getting today. Not the batch we're getting today. Not at all. Not at all. All right, let's finish this video. So where we last left off, this is where I have my my disagreement with Pete Buttigieg and your vote not being a determining factor if you're evil or not. Some people straight up voted for the evil that this is this administration. And whether they say it openly or not, whether they own it or not, doesn't change the fact that it is evil. So that's where I disagree with this whole, not everyone's vote, or your vote can't show that you're a bad person. It absolutely can. It absolutely can. We have literal Nazis in the government. Literal Nazis in the government. And people are praising them right now. What are we doing?
You're not a bad person because of how you voted. And you're not a good person because of how you voted. Right? And so when I'm talking to some of the folks about trying to pull them off from maybe a certain leader that they are drawn to, who I don't think is doing right by this country, it's not how can you be on board with that? It's he doesn't deserve you. He doesn't deserve your loyalty, your support, your money, or your vote.
It's not that I disagree with what he just said. Because that is a winning message, right? That's a winning message. It's a bipartisan message. It's a kind message. It's a coddling message. I'm going to keep it $1.50 with you guys. I'm kind of over the coddling. I'm actually very much over the coddling. I'm tired of looking at pieces of shit and telling them that they were played. I'm tired of looking at pieces of shit and telling them that it's okay. I'm tired of looking and speaking to pieces of shit and not telling them exactly what their vote caused, not telling them exactly who they are inside. When these people come up on a panel and they legit believe and say with their full chest that the Biden administration and the majority of black people who got any jobs or roles or positions or appointments during his term got there because of their blackness, completely ignoring their record, I'm sick and tired of telling these people that they were played. Because the fact of the matter is, yes, some of them were played. But in order for you to even run with it, there's something already here that made you feel a certain way about black people. You already had a negative view or negative connotation of us. You already reduced our accomplishments. You already had that planted. And then someone just came along and poured some water on that seed. That's all it is. It was already there. They just poured some water on it. When we have people going around saying feminism destroyed the United States and Trump is taking him back, I'm tired of looking at those people and telling them that they were played. Because it's a cop-out. That's my problem with it. It's a cop-out. When we're looking at people saying the most gross, egregious, just monstrous things, and we just summarize to, oh, you were just played, you were just gaslit, you were just this, you were just that. We're not speaking to the real issues, which is people's hearts. People are fucked. Human beings are fucked.
God bless you.
And I'm just going to say it like that. Thank you, Angie, for the gifts. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Barbara, for becoming a member over on the YouTube side. I appreciate you. Big W's to you. Guys, if you're over on the YouTube side and you like the stream and you like to support it, one of the ways you can do so is by becoming a member of the platform. But with that being said, I know how fucked up everyone is, but that's not why I host these lives. I host these lives because I do believe some people, like that kid, decide to actually somewhat listen or turn on their conscience. I do believe that Trump supporters are regretting their vote. We're seeing it in the last year of special elections. We're seeing it in how quiet they've gotten. We've seen it in some of the midterm seats we have been taking as of late. I know they regret their vote. Some of them. I know that it's not cutting out. I know things are not working the way that they want. So the purpose of this platform is to speak to those individuals, to give them a safe space to come up here and express what exactly their grievances are, what got them voting that way, what their hiccups may be. That's the point of this platform. So if they are one of these individuals, you may call and request up in the box. Or you're one of the people that excuses rape culture. You're one of the people that think black people need to be put back in their place. You're one of those people that think the world went to hell once women started working. In which case, I have nothing to offer you other than empirical data that shows how full of shit you are. Donald Trump is rounding up immigrants, and your prices are still higher. You still can't get into a house or an apartment. Your gas prices are still up. Your job still sucks. All the things you blamed on immigrants and black people and women, despite them being put down, seems to still be a rampant problem in your life. So maybe you should point the finger at what the actual oppressor is versus the groups of people that are struggling to get by. Maybe if the majority of us pointed the finger at the real enemy, we wouldn't be sitting here having stupid conversation about who goes into what bathroom. Public restrooms. That's not what the majority of Americans care about. Quite frankly, it's a waste of time. Oh, excuse me. There's a story I did want to play for you guys. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up here. Oh, here it is. Thomas Massey. I do want to say this because I've noticed Thomas Massey is getting
no credible information.
A ton of praise lately. And while I am one of those people who can respect what Thomas Massey was doing in response to the Epstein files, I do want to remind everyone that he's still a horrible person. This is an individual who voted against the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. This is an individual who believes that abortion isn't a woman's right. This is one of the individuals who was gung-ho about Donald Trump until the Epstein files started revealing themselves in 2026. So sure, we can say, thanks for helping us on the Epstein files, but we kind of could have done it without him. But now, he's saying some interesting things, and I'm going to play this clip, and you guys tell me what you think.
You replied, according to the transcript, there is no credible information that he trafficked them to anyone else. According to victims who cooperated with the FBI in that investigation, these documents in FBI possession, your possession, detail at least 20 men, including Mr. Jess Staley, CEO of Barclays Bank, who Jeffrey Epstein trafficked victims to. That list also includes at least 19 other individuals, one Hollywood producer worth a few $100 million, one royal prince, one high-profile individual in the music industry, one very prominent banker, one high-profile government official, one high-profile former politician, one owner of a car company in Italy, one rock star, one magician, at least 6 billionaires, including a billionaire from Canada. You replied, according to the transcript,
he's on his way out the door. You've seen and heard things, at least initially, that other individuals in the party did not. So, Massey, if you have all this information, put out the names. Put out the names. Save the victims who may have asked him not to. That is a very important distinction. Save the victims that may have asked him not to. Because Ro Khanna even talked about this. Ro Khanna talked about there's some names that he knows. If it wasn't for the victims saying don't say anything, he would have said something. And that makes sense because we want to protect the victims. And at the end of the day, they're the ones at risk.
God bless you.
But I'm tired of politicians using the Epstein files as this political point scorer thing versus actually doing the work to get these people fucking prosecuted. Like Marjorie Taylor Greene is now on a tell-all tour talking about how Donald Trump said that if her or her son got injured because of political violence, that it would be their fault because you betrayed me, right? Outing her because of how she voted on regards to the release of the Epstein files. That's all cool and dandy, but there's other things you know. You're still protecting your ass. And all of these people only get loud mouths when they're out of their seats or on their way out the door. When they were in, silence. Silence. No energy. No nothing. It was just all doing whatever. And now that you got pushed out, now that you were scolded, all of a sudden you guys seem to care about bipartisanship. Fun fact, the Democrats I support, Democrats, not the party, the Democrats I support were the same people before, when they were in, and on their way out, like Jasmine Crockett. They didn't switch up. Those are the individuals that we need in Congress. I don't care what side. W's in the chat to Feezy for the $5 cash app. Diesel cost got the 70% of trucker MAGA silent. Yeah. And W's to TZ for another 2. 70% of trucker dummies voted for Trump. I don't know how much truckers voted for Trump. I cannot confirm that. That would be an interesting statistic, though. Thank you so much for your support, TZ. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Any case, Trump supporters will press up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. If you are a Trump supporter who regrets their vote, this live is a safe space for you, if you will, to come up here and express exactly what made you get up off the MAGA plantation. And if you're a Trump supporter who does not regret their vote, you are the demographic of people we will speak to as well. We can give you several reasons as to why you should. And by several, I mean several hundred. As it sits right now, Donald Trump is trying to pass $1.776 billion through Congress so that he can give it to criminals prosecuted, then pardoned by him in the insurrection on January 6, 2021. I vividly recall the George Floyd protests, some turned riots. People were demonized for speaking out against violence against black people, innocent black people, unarmed black people. I remember you guys saying that Democrats wanted to free criminals. Democrats were paying for the bails of criminals. Democrats love burning down cities and stores and neighborhoods, so on and so forth. I don't remember any one of those people in those protests, some turned riots, getting bailed out by the Democrat government. I don't remember any of those people getting a form of reparations for their crimes. But for some reason, we're all gung-ho about J6ers. And I sometimes wonder what reality you guys live in when it comes to the footage of what took place that day. There are still people going around saying that it was just a protest. People were just walking around, waving flags. No one was over there breaking windows and destroying property. They still believe that shit. And I just wonder if all of those videos were AI, I guess. I'm actually trying to look for the one that I had saved here. Oh, this is Pete Hegseth being an utter piece of shit. Hold on. I'm trying to find my J6 video. Those of you who did not know this either, Justice Department deletes press releases on charges against January 6 rioters. Yes, you heard correctly. The Justice Department has removed press releases Get off my screen. Move. Detailing the charges against hundreds of individuals who participated in the January 6, 2021 Capitol riot from its website, the department confirmed Friday. Nothing quiet about it, the DOJ Rapid Response X account said in a post replying to the allegations that the Justice Department had deleted press releases related to January 6. We are proud to reverse the DOJ's weaponization under the Biden administration. We will do everything in our power to make whole those who were persecuted for political purposes. This includes stripping DOJ's website of partisan propaganda. A review by NBC News found that the vast majority of press releases pertaining to January 6 defendants have been removed from the DOJ website as of Friday evening. The move to wipe hundreds of press releases from the official government site is the latest attempt by the Trump administration to reframe the January 6 siege and to paint the rioters who participated in it as victims. On his first day back in office, President Donald Trump mass pardoned the rioters. Soon after, the Justice Department officials and FBI agents who were a part of the January 6 investigation and prosecutions were fired. We covered a couple of those before. And this week, the Justice Department announced a $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund. So, this is the party of law and order that is now for law to be violated and orders to be thrown. We are now justifying the actions of literal criminals just because they're on Trump's side. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Mods, you have my permission over on the YouTube side. Just go ahead and mute all the bots. Just mute all the Russian bots, bro. If they're real people, they will call the number on the screen. Just mute all the bots, every single one of them. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Yes, it is up half a point from last month. And then he literally said in a press briefing, inflation's at the lowest it's been from the end of Biden's term. End of Biden term's inflation, January, was 3.0%. We went up 0.8 percentage points of inflation as of right now.
Call from
Thomas.
Thomas, you're on the line. Did you vote for Trump?
I did the first time. I think I've called in before, actually.
You did the first time.
Yeah, back in 2016.
Did you vote for him in 2020?
I did not.
Did you vote for him in 2024?
I did not.
Did you vote at all in those elections?
I did vote in 2020, yes.
Who did you vote for in 2020?
I voted for a third-party candidate. I don't remember who it was.
And why didn't you vote in 2024?
Because I hadn't, I wasn't a Trump supporter, but I also didn't feel right supporting. I didn't feel right supporting Trump, but I didn't think of myself as a Harris supporter.
Are you planning to vote in the 2026 midterms?
I am.
Gifting suspended and live visibility restricted. What? Due to artificial manipulated engagement? What the fuck is TikTok talking about, bro? I hate this app.
Censoring you.
You did say you were planning to vote in the midterms?
Yes.
And how do you intend to vote?
Probably going to vote Democrat for the first time in my life. Well, I guess that's not technically true. I did vote for a Democratic city official, but yeah, probably going to vote Democratic for my first time in my life in the upcoming midterms.
So ultimately, you're not happy with the actions of this administration.
Yeah, not happy would be one way of saying it. I was raised in a very Republican area. I was raised with a certain idea of what being a Republican meant, and I don't know. I think this has, I guess, the last. I guess the last few years have just kind of shown me how far off the current administration is from. It just doesn't jive with the way I was raised. And I've definitely had my mind changed on a lot of things. I'm definitely trying to be a better person these days, and voting Republican is no longer in line with the person I want to be.
I think we have spoken before. Do you have a daughter?
I do.
I remember you. Yeah, I remember you now. What would you like to say to other Trump supporters in the comments right now who think that you've lost your mind, who think that the liberal woke propaganda of black superiority and female penises has destroyed you? What would you say to those people?
You know, I think one of the things that was one of my one of the big things that kind of turned me around on my political identity was just taking a step back and really looking at what the two sides are saying. You know, I will say, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that the Democratic Party is perfect, but I will say that Trump and his current administration has done some things that I feel like Republicans 20 years ago would have been disgusted by. I mean, I like to think that anyway. The historical revisionism, I think you were talking about it earlier in your live stream, is something that really just appalls me, because, you know, Republicans have always been about, or at least claim to be about, tradition and traditional values and all this other stuff, and at least claiming to be about truth. And then we go in this administration and we're purging records of black people and women and LGBT people from historical records. Who was it? It was, I think, on the Smithsonian sites. Like they were using AI filters to filter out, anything that they saw as DEI. And one of the things they cut was an article about the bomber that dropped the atomic bomb because it was called the Enola Gay. It's stuff like that. It's petty stuff like that that should be off-putting, that should get you reading. And when you start reading, you should start to find that you're not on the right side of history with these folks. The America that I want for my children to grow up in is not the America that this administration is trying to build. The future that I want for this country, the future that I think most people want for this country, is not a future that these people are interested in building. And, I think it comes down to it. Even now, I have a lot of people who still support him. A lot of people in my life that still support him. I am starting to see those people starting to try to walk stuff back. But even before that, even when they were at their most, rabid in their support of him, something that I always noticed about Trump supporters was whenever you brought up something shitty that Trump was doing, the first place they'd always take it was, but Biden this and but Obama that and, all of these other things. And I'm just like, if you have to deflect from a criticism by pointing out, a shortcoming of a different politician, which oftentimes wasn't even an equivalent criticism, that should tell you a lot about the person you're trying to defend. Anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll tell you what.
There's a lot.
Let's do a little.
There's a lot that I want to say.
I want you to ask
to people
me,
that.
I want you to ask me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I want you to ask me because let's do a little experiment because I take it that you're most likely still conservative or lean conservative, and I actually don't beef much with conservatives. I want you to ask me what is one of my biggest criticisms of the Democratic Party.
What is one of your biggest criticisms of the Democratic Party?
One of my biggest criticisms of the Democratic Party is going to be the fact that they talk about fixing the country more so than they actually act on it. I think a lot of them are ultimately comfortable in their seats. I think a lot of them are backed by powerful donors, and some of those donors even donate to the opposing side. And they have to put on a performance so they can keep their seats, so they can keep their connections, so they can keep their income, so they can keep supporting the corrupt system that feeds into both parties. That's one of my biggest issues with the party, is that they know objectively they have a history of being the party for the working class. And because of that, they expect to just be carried through their terms, through their seats, just based off of name. We don't have to do anything. We just have to have a Democrat under our name, and then people are going to vote for us. And there's a growing number of people now that's had enough of that. In fact, some of those people went over and voted for Trump. Not that I agree with that. One of my biggest criticisms of that is their performative behaviors. And I would just say to all of those people, alongside myself, alongside my base, we're voting them all the fuck out. That's the goal. This year, me and my people, my following, my base, we are voting out the individuals who believe all this shit. So that's all I ask from the Republican side. Vote out the people that are not working on behalf of Americans. And I would argue, if they have a MAGA in their name, they should go too. Appeal approved, guys. Appeal approved. TikTok suppression did not win. Appeal approved. Any case, on that note, I do appreciate you calling in, man. Hope you're doing well. But I'm going to go ahead and end the line here, see if we can get back to speaking to some other or some continuing Trump supporters. But as always, I appreciate the conversation. You enjoy the rest of your day, man.
Yeah, that's all I would say is just read the books they're trying to burn. I think that's the biggest hurdle we got to get over.
Read the books they're trying to burn. That is solid damn advice. All right, man.
All right, you have a good one, man.
You too. Read the books they're trying to burn. I like that. I like that. Read the books they're trying to burn. Merch that? I could merch that. I absolutely could. I feel like I'd be stealing it from someone else, though. I feel like someone has something out on that already. Ray Rain, did you vote for Trump? Yeah, we've spoken to that guy before. He's cool. He's cool. He's alright. Ray Rain, did you vote for Trump? I sent you an invite to unmute. I don't think they meant to request that. I'm just gonna go ahead and drop you down. 20 minutes away from the 2-hour mark. We have to do a restart, guys. The unfortunate thing about getting flagged is that even when it gets appealed, you're still suppressed, basically. So we're going to do a restart in a bit, unless we get a call. Double tap the screen. Let's get the likes up to 200K, and then we're going to go ahead and do that really quickly. If you're a Trump supporter over on the tube side, the call-in number is available for you to come up here and express your position. Defend the indefensible. Do you regret your vote or not? If you do, this is the live for you to tell us exactly what made you stop your support for him. And if you do not, you may come up here and express why. Because I think every single American, bipartisanly, can agree on some things Trump is doing that are gross. Absolutely gross. So there's that. I have to write that down. Honestly, I should before I forget it. But yeah, read the books they're trying to burn. And I would add to that, pay attention to the books that they're not. Read the books they're trying to burn. Pay very close attention to the ones that they're not. Use the expo to write it down. W's in the chat to Sean up for the $10 Venmo for the yellow hearts. I appreciate you. W's in the chat to you. Guys, the best way to support the platform is going to be the links in the bio. If you want to support the stream, say hi to my cute face or send a message, you may do so at Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, at Hector Talks with 2 R's on Cash App and Venmo, and PayPal, Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's. If you're over on the Tube side, you may send a super chat or a super sticker or become a member. Do all those things. Do all those things. We didn't finish this video though, so I do want to finish that. This version is a little bit edited. There was a little bit more that he said, but I think you guys get the gist. I think you guys get the gist with Pete Buttigieg. But yeah, like I said, his message is winning. It's middle ground. It's bipartisan. It's more appealing. But I just have a strong issue with not calling things out as they are. That's my problem. Oh, it was over. Yeah, that's my criticism. Again, he's not saying anything wrong necessarily, but I have a strong problem with not calling it like it is. I think we need to be comfortable and not apologize for telling people that they were wrong, telling people that their support enabled harm, telling people that they supported racism, sexism, transphobia, xenophobia. It's okay. Because we're not using that to say you're a horrible person. These are systems, some of them are systems that affects everyone. The difference is the choice you make going forward upon this information being revealed to you. The Republican Party are the biggest mouths for supporting women. We support women. We want to protect women. But then they vote for a man who, throughout his entire life, has utilized his power and privilege to abuse them. Reporter after reporter after reporter after reporter, we have video evidence of him degrading women to a level that he doesn't do other ones. And no, you can't fall back on the, I talk to men crazy too. Oh, Trump just talks to everybody crazy. Yes, he talks to everyone who disagree with him crazy. Sure. But sexism, misogyny, misogynoir is unique. You speak to women a particular way based off of them being women, like when he insults their intelligence. At this point in time, we can actually say his attacks on the Democratic Party are attacks on women. Majority of women in the United States are not only registered, but vote Democrat. You're insulting the intelligence of women every time you say stuff like that. Mind you, no, he did not call men picky. He doesn't call men bitches. He doesn't make jokes about them bleeding out their hoo-has. No. He does not do those kind of attacks. When is he ever, think about this, specifically on the sexism part, all the comments he likes to make surrounding women's lower half, when has he ever made a negative comment about a man's lower half? About a man's junk? The best comment we have is Arnold Palmer. That guy Arnold, what a man. He'd go in the locker room and man, what a man. He has a lot of those for men. Only positive things to say about men's lower halves, but you degrade the same goddamn thing you were pushed out of a whopping almost 80 years ago. Crazy. Crazy. And then you wonder why we also call Trump supporters closeted homosexuals. You guys love male authority figures. Y'all love cucking for men who you deem to be above it all. It's because of money, because of how degrading they speak to people. They love their male figures. It's strange. It's really strange. 200K, guys. Double tap 200K. We're going to go ahead and do this restart. Almost there. We're going to go ahead and do this restart and see what Trump supporters we can get to talking to today. But yeah, I also think, I will say this, not in defense of Massey, but the fact that they put up $30 million for his seat against him is crazy work. Absolute crazy work. That's why he likes YMCA. So when he went to China, what is it, roughly a week or two ago? And China did what they always do. They whipped out the red carpet for him. But also the fact that they invited a parade of young girls to be sitting out there cheerleading for him, I thought that was really telling. There was the recent video we also had of a White House event where they brought out a cheerleading squad from high school to dance for him. And he was up on the little balcony doing his usual jerk off 2 guys at the same time dance. I don't know what it is about Donald Trump and loving to watch young women in short skirts and pom-poms shake it for him. It's very fucking weird. It's very fucking weird. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and do a restart, guys. Hopefully with the restart, we can get some Trump supporters in here because they are chicken shit over on the YouTube side. They're literally just chirping. So we're going to do a restart over here on this side, and we're going to do some chats. Go to my profile, watch my latest video. It's roughly 2.5 minutes. By the time you're done watching that and coming back, we should be live. So come on right back, and we're going to see what chats we can have for the next maybe hour and a half. But be right back. Go watch my latest video. Hit that follow button on my backup account and in the top left corner. I'll see y'all in a moment. All right, let me get this moved over here. Push this part out. LOL, you Democrats just can't say anything good about him. All this after 4 years of Biden and Kamala. I'll say something good about Trump. Here's your challenge, Fred. Call in. I'll say something good about Donald Trump when you say something good about Kamala Harris. That's the bet. Do we have a bet? In fact, I'm gonna bet this with every Trump supporter who's watching right now. Say something good about Biden or Kamala Harris. I'll say something good about Trump. We can go bar for bar. If you want to talk about bipartisanship and bridging the divide and having reasonable conversations, right? Be the change, be the start. I'll say something good about Trump when you say something good about Biden or Kamala. And the phone line is open for you. 737-295-5321. Let's see what you got. W's in the chat to Phoenix for the $2 super chat. Imagine the dark mail a company like Grindr has. You know that dark mail goes crazy. And I know we make the jokes about Grindr, but real shit, just be gay. Just be gay. It's okay to like yellow and pink and purple. It's okay, I promise you. Trump supporters, it's okay to like colors. Didn't God put a big rainbow in the sky as a promise to you? Right? God loves colors. Why do you hate them? God loves colors. Why do you hate them? It's okay. I promise you. Welcome back to the stream, guys. Double tap that screen till the heart bar gets full. Double tap that screen till the heart bar gets full. We have our first guest, so let's get this show on the road. Make sure we're knocking out the gift goals, tapping the screen to get the likes up to 5K and beyond. Share out the live with your friends and family. Repost, add to your story. Hit that follow button if you're not already and send your daily heart me's in. Make sure you're sending those. And looks like we have someone here. Caller's Blue. Did you vote for Trump?
I did, Hector. How are you doing? I'm 27 years old, the great state of Pennsylvania, the best state to vote red in. If you're from Pennsylvania, make sure you vote red, especially in the midterms. How are you doing though, Hector?
Sure. Do you regret your vote?
No.
And why is that?
Because our country has almost fallen in the past, especially underneath the Biden administration. Hold on, our country is almost
I didn't
fallen.
hear you clearly. Almost fallen. Go ahead.
Yeah, especially due to the Biden administration. Canada has currently already fallen due to its socialism and liberal agenda. We are seeing a huge influx of people trying to flee the country of Canada to come here to the United States of America because they're taking away their rights. They're taking away their First Amendment. They're taking away, well, what would be considered here in the United States, the First Amendment, which is freedom of speech. They're taking away their pew-pew rights. And we definitely don't want that to happen here in America. And anybody that upholds those values is more than welcome to come here from Canada and help us vote red.
Cool. You said a lot. How would you define the falling of a country? Give me one specific metric that you would use to say America or Canada is falling.
Right. Yeah. Canada has already fallen. What we can,
I don't really
one
care
metric
about
that I
Canada.
can give
Stick
you.
to the United States.
Okay. Currently falling. Yeah, we can talk about the loss of rights. Completely going against how the country is founded, and we can start with that.
What loss of rights took place under the Biden-Harris administration?
Freedom of speech.
How did freedom of speech go away?
January 6th.
What?
What?
Elaborate.
Yeah, I mean, look at the slush fund right now. Obviously, people have decided that those people were not guilty. You know, the 1,600 people that got arrested were
The
not
slush
guilty
fund
of
is
anything other than
5 years afterward. You specifically said January 6th, and you cited that as a piece of evidence to show that people lost their right under the First Amendment. I need you to articulate that point, please.
right. Yeah, people were arrested for their First Amendment right, and we're currently trying to figure that out and trying to allocate resources and money to try to make sure that they feel comfortable inside of this great country and that they don't leave because they don't feel like their rights have been taken. You know, our country is back, and we're giving rights back to the citizens, making sure that they have their First Amendment again and the right to do as they please here in the land of the free.
Yeah, sure. Debbie's in the chat to Phoenix for the $2 super chat. Oh, look, another one. Yeah, another one bites the dust. Thank you so much, Phoenix, for your 2. Debbie's in the chat to Jolie for the $10 Venmo. I'm thinking I need to become a content creator to get out message across to white women. Do you have any suggestions on how to get started? I can message you a couple. I will say on this platform, it's going to be a lot harder than was before to do content because so much suppression. But I mean, if you're that interested in it, sure, I can give you some pointers, no problem. Debbie's in the chat to you. Thank you so much, Jolie. Guys, the best way to support the platform is going to be the links in the bio if you so choose. Those of you over on the YouTube side, super chat, super sticker, or sending a membership. Back to you. So I don't see how people who stormed the Capitol, did millions, if not billions of dollars of property damage, smeared shit on the walls, threatened to do the likes of hanging people like Mike Pence. I don't know how their freedom of speech was suppressed when they were literally violent, almost insurrectionists.
Right. So actually, what was suppressed and oppressed was actually the truth of what happened on January 6th. We can see when you look at the actual truth, the documentaries that have come out about the actual factual data of what actually occurred that day, it's completely different than what we were lied to by the federal government and by the news. It was not in the slightest, how do I say it, TikTok, insurrection. So instead of saying the in front of that, hopefully TikTok doesn't flag me or you. But yeah, it was not a surrection. It was actually a majority peaceful protest. Yes, there was a couple of bad individuals, and I don't think 1,600 of them were deemed guilty. They were just stripped of their rights, thrown into prison for 4 years, and some of them weren't even given due process.
Sure. Take a look at this.
January 6th, rioters caused around $3 million worth of damage to the U.S. Capitol.
This is our house! Wait, I said!
These videos all came from exhibits presented by prosecutors in court. At NPR, we reviewed thousands of these videos, and they show how people didn't just smash windows and doors to storm the building, they also used the riot to steal stuff.
Yo, take laptops, paperwork, take everything. Hey, help yourselves, guys. It's on the house. It's on the house.
And party.
Three smoke in the Capitol, boys.
One rioter told me it was like a bunch of frat bros stormed the Capitol. People smoked and got drunk and high.
Oh, we're smoking weed in the fucking... Yeah! Time to smoke weed in here.
The damage was not just inside the building. Outside, rioters destroyed cameras from the media.
Fucking traitors! Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here!
Convicted rioters were supposed to pay restitution to help with the cost of fixing the Capitol, but when President Trump issued mass pardons for the defendants, they no longer had to pay.
So 4 years after the fact, when people oftentimes never received due process or even court dates, and they just kept on shifting them around from federal facility. You know, these are American citizens. That's actually their capital. It's our capital. You know, we paid for that. I don't see that as what you see it as. And
Yes,
actually, that was part of the propaganda.
Because they no longer have to pay restitution for the damage that they caused, and the renovations went on to the average taxpayer who did not support the actions of that day. You guys like to say that people did not have any court hearings or due dates or whatever of that nature. Can you give me the name of one person?
I can in a second if you give me a second to actually respond. You cut me off in the middle of me saying something. So that was actually part of the propaganda. What you just showed only shows it from certain views that actually the Democratic Party loves to show.
I'm sorry.
If you actually look up
did the events, did that take place? Did that happen? Or was that AI?
in very very small instances that did
I
take
don't know
place,
what
but
it matters
for the
if
majority,
it's small or big.
So if you actually look up, just say YouTube, go the truth of what happened on January 6th. I mean, I can give you an exact source if you would like.
I know
one.
exactly what happened on January 6th.
If you would like,
Nothing I said that took place on January 6th was a lie. What did I lie about?
Would you be comfortable with showing both perspectives, both sides of this, or do you just want this to be
what perspective do you
biased?
think is relevant to the fact that January 6th happened and criminals were pardoned?
So you just want this to be a biased live, like you don't want to show both sides? No, I asked
a simple question. What perspective do you think negates the fact that millions of dollars of property damage was done, that over 44 officers were assaulted, and that Ashley Babbitt is dead?
That people were led through the Capitol by security, by officers.
That is correct. People were led through the Capitol.
Led through the Capitol by Capitol Police.
Did I say 40? I meant over 140. Thank you. I may have got the number wrong. Thank you so much, Fax.
By Capitol Police, by security.
What do you think that proves?
Different. That it wasn't not all evil. You know, so what was shown in the news articles and what was shown those the videos that you just posted. Hold on, because they truthfully believed that I can't even say that word, but they truthfully believed that our country was stolen. I'll just put it as that because I can't say the E word. So they truthfully believed that the country was stolen. And if that was the case, and they truthfully believe that, that's actually one of the most American things that you can do is stand up for the Constitution, stand up for democracy, and try to prove and show that our country will not be.
Yeah, sure. Debbie's in the chat to Brian. Thank you so much, Brian, for sending a membership over to Stacy. Stacy, enjoy your DEI membership. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support. Debbie's in the chat to Phoenix for the $2 super chat. Uh-oh, we got a beta saboteur in the box. I probably butchered the pronunciation of that word. But thank you so much. W's in the chat to you for your support. And W's you in the chat for Stacy for the $2 super chat. The First Amendment doesn't protect insurrection. No, it does not. But they always contend with the definition of that word.
It wasn't one. So it's been deemed that.
You brought up the fact that people were led through the building by Capitol Police. I asked you why.
Why were they led?
Why were they led?
Because they weren't acting maliciously in all instances.
No, that is not the reason.
Those Capitol Police officers did not witness those horrific acts that you just showed. Those Capitol Police officers saw the majority of the crowd as what it was, which was just peaceful protesters.
Cool. You're not answering my questions. I'm going to ask it again. Why were they led?
You tell me. I mean, I just told you that they were led because they were not deemed harmful.
No, it's not how that works. The reason why people were led through the Capitol, as many of these officers and agents testified to this, if you want to speak on the truth of the matter, is because it was to de-escalate tensions between them and the mob. It was to pull them away from the chambers to which both Republican and Democratic representatives were hiding in. That's the reason. They were encouraged and decided ultimately not even to pull arms out on these people, because if a few of them did, it would have instigated the crowds. That's why they were led. That's why we saw people walking alongside many of those officers. You would know this, Mr. I watched the Truthful documentary.
What percentage of the people that were actually there that day actually committed crimes can be proven guilty of it?
All the individuals all the individuals who stormed the Capitol when they were uninvited, all the individuals who were shouting, "Hang Mike Pence," all the individuals who would have been responsible for the assault on officers or damaging the building.
Less than 10%.
Sure. Based off of what?
How many people were there versus how many people were actually charged and proven guilty? Actually, if you want to talk about the ones that were proven guilty and not pardoned.
Do you think every single person who was there on January 6th was prosecuted?
No.
How many people were there on January 6th that day?
Tens of thousands.
And how many people were prosecuted?
1,600.
So only a sliver of the sheer amount of people there that day had the prosecutions.
And even some of the ones that were prosecuted were innocent.
Can you name one?
I'll be right back with the stat.
I don't need a stat. I need you to give me one instance of a person who had a false charge.
Okay.
It should be easy for you.
God bless you.
Thank you, Shauna, for
Every
the
single one of them was given a false charge.
W's in the chat to Devin
They're
for the
pardoned by the
$2
current
super chat.
administration.
Peaceful protesters don't beat on cops. I'm sorry. Do you think pardons excuses the crime?
Yes, that's the definition of a pardon, is excusing the crime.
No. I think you need to look up what a pardon
Is that crime on their record?
What do you think a pardon is?
A pardon is the exclusion of the crime.
Exclusion of I guess what you call it, repercussions, and in some cases,
So let me tell you this.
restitution. You would still
Let me
have
ask
the
you this quick
crime,
question.
my guy.
Well, I said something earlier.
Also,
and
getting a
you
pardon
didn't
doesn't
like
mean you
it.
didn't do the thing.
I said something earlier. You didn't like
I think
it,
you're
and you
trying to
responded
pivot
it.
once again from finding this person that you said was unjustly
That's just-
prosecuted. I've been asking you for the last 15 minutes to give me one person, and you have yet to do so.
God bless you.
That's correct. Well, it was only 140 plus cops. So obviously not all 1,600 were beating up on them, Devin. As if beating up on them was the only crime we should care about that took place that day. The lengths you guys go to excuse criminals is batshit. And these are the same people that say every single person that we arrested and put charges on during the George Floyd protests deserved it. Same people. Same groups of people. Guys, double tap the screen. Let's get the likes up to 50K and beyond. Show the algorithm want to be here. Big W's in the chat. W's in the chat. 2 facts still matter. For the $20 Venmo, the White Guilt Fund obviously needs a recharge. Desperately needs a recharge. It's been a hot minute, Steve, and that shit needs to get its fill. Thank you so much for your donation, Facts. I appreciate you. W's in the chat to you. Anyone else would like to support the platform or the White Guilt Fund? You may hit the links in the bio. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Hector Talks with 2 R's. And Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's on PayPal. Super chat, super sticker over on the YouTube side, guys. Make sure you're hitting the like button over on the YouTube side. Let's get that up to 100. Show the algorithm to be here. Appreciate every last one of you. Oh, we're already over 100. Thank y'all so much. While he's doing his due diligence and trying to find the name of one of these people. So, I watched my first documentary that I watched on January 6th was, what was it, 4 hours at the Capitol? That was the first one that I watched. And it's roughly, I want to say an hour, 15, hour and a half. And I sat down and it made me uncomfortable because I only ever got snippets on the day of. I never went through the full thing. So I watched that one and I watched the follow-up one. Specifically, what one of my biggest takeaways from those documentaries were Donald Trump sitting in there for like 3 hours and not saying anything. His daughter begging him to tell them to go home and him refusing. Him blaming Nancy Pelosi for not calling the National Guard as if she had the authority to. And then the second he takes the Oval Office in 2025, he's calling the National Guard just like that to clean up DC from homeless people in tents. That one I always found to be super duper fascinating. Never had the power to call the National Guard on January 6th. When it comes to busting up people's tents and homes and throwing them in detention centers, we have the power to do that. Donald Trump enjoyed what took place on that day. He thought it was justice. Also, I don't care if they were misled or honestly believe that the election was stolen from Donald Trump. That doesn't excuse the crime. If I believe that my mom is a big demon and I beat her to death, I'm still going to get prosecuted, regardless of whatever I thought I saw. So I don't know why you guys bring up that point. 2 plus 2 can't equal 4 because MAGA can't even count to 3. Literally a video on my profile of a Trump supporter saying 2 plus 2 equals 7. So if that doesn't tell you everything you need to know, I don't know what does. Exactly, Kat. He still can't admit he lost. We are, 5 years away. 5 years away from that date. And he still Yes, facts. There's which video was it? Which video was it? I'll show y'all. Hold on. I'm trying to remember which video was it on my profile where he said that. I think it's the second to last video. I think it's the second to last video.
I'm back. The Quanon shaman.
Quanon?
Quanon.
QAnon?
QAnon. Yeah, sure. QAnon shaman. Falsely prosecuted.
What was false about his prosecution?
He never got his due process.
Based off of what?
He didn't do anything illegal.
Based off of what?
Based off of that he didn't do anything illegal. He was just the face that was led through the Capitol by Capitol Police. What did he do that was illegal?
What was his charge, my guy?
I'll look. Jeez. You're the one with the computer in front of you. I gotta fucking get off.
You're the one with the claim. You're the one alleging that these people are innocent. What are we doing? Bro
Hey,
said
he's sentenced to 41 months.
Oh my god. This is bad shit. This is bad shit.
God bless you.
Can you come back off of teacup?
God bless you.
Thank you, Tay.
He was one of the best men to ever exist during my lifetime.
Bro, can I ask you a question, Colin? What do you think? What do you think due process is?
The process that is due to anyone in any court proceeding in the United States of America.
So you said that Jacob Chansley, I think is his name, is the QAnon shaman, was prosecuted. That would mean he had
41
due process.
Sentenced to 41 months. No. So you're telling me that just because somebody is deported, they had due process?
If they went through the process of getting
No,
deported,
they don't always go through the
we're
right
not going to
process.
pivot, Colin.
There was
We're not
hidden.
going to, Colin. We're not going to pivot. You said he didn't have due process. So how would he have been convicted of a crime if he didn't have due process?
It wasn't in a timely manner or fashion, which we
How do you
all
know that?
do the process of.
How
I'll
do you
be
know
right
that?
back. I was leaving to go grab everything that I needed to come back and tell you more about this case. He was prosecuted and sentenced to 41 months when he was actually led through the Capitol by Capitol Police. He was not the first person through the doors. He did not break. He did not enter.
Colin,
Dude, are you going to let me finish
Colin,
the sentence?
No. Colin, you said he didn't have due process. By definition, a prosecution is due process.
What is the right to a fast and timely?
Sixth Amendment.
Okay. So is that part of due process?
Well, yeah,
Is that
it
part of
would
the
be, but-
process that is due?
and he got that.
Oh, he got a timely and fast proceeding.
When was he tried, my guy?
I'm looking into it. You told me to come back and you wanted to argue this before I grabbed everything that I needed. And he wasn't the only person. There was people that had hidden court hearings, hidden court proceedings that were involved in January 6th that were completely hidden from the government. This is a complete obstruction of people's rights. And there were some people that spent almost 4 years in prison without a single court trial.
First of all, Colin, I didn't ask you to go find it. That sexy man in the yellow shirt told you to go find the information on that. That wasn't me.
Sure did.
So I'm just curious though, because you said they didn't have due process. You wouldn't be going to jail and then be found guilty of or innocent of your crimes if you didn't get due process.
Again,
Are you confused by that?
Are you in your process that is due? Do you have the right to a timely and fast and speedy trial?
Are you trolling now, my guy? Because you've asked that question like 3 times.
Right.
And yes,
So if you were denied that, are you denied some of your due
he
process?
wasn't denied that.
Was there anybody that was?
You're the one that made the claim, man. We're still waiting.
I'm looking into it.
We gave you Jacob Chansley, and you said he didn't have due process, and he was tried, convicted. He might have even pled.
Most of these people were national heroes.
That is precisely what I was about to go over, Steve. But really quickly, W's in the chat to Above Infinity for the $5 super chat. Colin, I may not be your favorite turd, but why exactly are you trying to shit me?
Yeah, I think the Quanon shaman actually pled guilty.
That is correct. W's in the chat to you. W's in the chat to Chewy for the $10 Venmo. Your favorite mediocre white dude contributing to the White Guilt Fund. Let's get the White Guilt Fund started. Thank you so much, Chewy. W's in the chat to you because the white guilt is rampant today. W's in the chat to you.
Most of these people were national heroes.
Yeah, so the guy that you're defending tooth and nail because you absolutely had no idea about him or what his prosecution was, what his crimes were, because you literally started looking it up on the fly. Jacob Chansley, probably didn't know his name, who pleaded guilty to a felony charge of obstructing an official proceeding, was among the first rioters to enter the building. He has acknowledged using a bullhorn to rile up the mob, offering thanks in a prayer while in the Senate for having the chance to get rid of traitors, and scratching out a threatening note to Vice President Mike Pence saying, quote, "It's only a matter of time. Justice is coming." Though he isn't accused of violence, prosecutors say Chansley of Arizona was the public face of the Capitol riot who went into the attack with a weapon, ignored repeated police orders to leave the building, and gloated about his actions in the days immediately after the attack. Before he was sentenced, Chansley told U.S. District Judge Royce Lamberth it was wrong for him to enter the Capitol and that he accepts responsibility for his actions. He emphasized he wasn't an insurrectionist and is troubled with the way he was portrayed in news stories in the aftermath of the riot. Didn't change his charges. "I have no excuse," Chansley said. "No excuses whatsoever. My behavior is indefensible." Mind you, I'm not sure if you knew this, Callers Blue. Did you know that he sued the Trump administration after he was pardoned?
For lying?
What did they lie about? He was pardoned by the administration.
Wild, right? Collars.
For lying about the election being stolen?
No.
Who? Well, the president did, right?
Yeah.
Why did he sue?
W's in the chat to Stacy for the $1.99 super chat. So American heroes beat cops with flagpoles? That part. And then trying to do so with spears.
Why did he sue?
Can I ask you an honest question, Collars?
What's up, Tuts?
Are you okay? Are you trolling?
No.
That little laughter tells me that you are.
I'm not trolling.
Because Hector and I do this a lot, and we can see through your bullshit. Because no one would come up and say the silly things that you said unless you're trolling.
Dude, I'm telling you, some of these people were some of the best patriots that we have here in the United States of America.
The one name that you were able to give me was a guy who pleaded guilty to the crimes. My guy, the reason why we're not taking you seriously is because the one name it took you a hot minute to even mention, much less get some information on, pleaded guilty to the crime, said his actions were indefensible, and then went on to sue the administration that he spearheaded with their lies. So maybe, just maybe, that is the reason why we don't find your little act here credible.
I had to fucking try to find this guy on the fly. Are you telling me that nobody's rights were violated?
You're the one
January?
who said they weren't violated. You should have known this, but you didn't.
Did you get kicked from Dean's Live for dropping the R slur?
No, you can watch the whole entire debate. I got kicked from the live because I had a restriction because I called him a dirty commie bastard.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's not really.
So you are trolling.
You a flag.
You suck at this, bro. You're just not very good at it. At least be a good troll.
At least.
Hey, how you guys doing?
We'll
I
get to you
debate
in a
Dean like
second,
twice a
Davey.
week. He brought me up even though he knows I debate him twice a week, and he enjoys talking to me and debating me.
I mean, he enjoys schooling you, I'm sure. Dean has a kink.
Yes,
you satiated daily, I'm sure. This isn't fun for me. These are real lives we're talking about. These are tax-paying dollars that's going to go in towards paying these fucking criminals. So no, I don't think it's a laughing matter.
So, Collars, have you ever watched Day of Rage or 4 Hours at the Capitol?
He got a flag for harassment and bullying.
Of course he did.
Guys, make sure we're taking care of facts while he's up here. There's no reason why he shouldn't be above 1,000 coins. Double tap the screen. Let's get the likes up to 50K and beyond. In 2 minutes, we'll be live for 30, and we're not even at 50K likes. Y'all know the rules. 100,000 likes every single hour. Show the algorithm when to be here. Make sure you're doing all the things. Knock out the perfumes. Thank you so much, Def Jam, for starting that off. I appreciate you. We always take care of our guests here. Davey, did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I voted for Trump.
And do you regret your vote?
Definitely not.
Why is that?
Well, I just want to say one thing. You
God
said
bless
you were talking about J6, and you said
thank you, Twister.
They did millions, if not billions, in damage.
That is correct.
You literally said that.
That's correct.
You said billions in damage.
I said if not billions.
And then you played your video, and the video said that there was $3 million in damage.
That is correct.
So you are way off.
Yeah,
that's correct.
I mean,
But
I
you
said
said
if
billions.
Not. I said if not, right? That left
You
room
said
for
billions,
potentially being
but it was only
billions
3 million.
based off of some of the initial.
So you were
estimates that
way
took place.
fucking
Yes.
off, right?
Millions,
You were
if
way
not
off.
billions.
Okay, but it was 3 million,
God bless
and you
you.
said billions.
Thank you, Leah, for the level
Dude.
ship. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You said
I
billions
said-
in damage, but it was only 3 million.
Okay, I don't think you understand what that
So you
term
are
means.
you're either lying
Let me
or
break
you're a
down.
moron. Which is it?
Let me break down the English language to you.
Yeah,
so I
you
said
if not
millions,
billions.
which is true.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
definite. If not
3 million.
billions, if not,
Okay.
leaving room
If
for
not billions.
potentially the amount in regards to
And
the
it was
labor
3 million, right?
and everything
So it was
else,
3 million.
right?
They
So
said-
what I
your
said,
video said 3
was
million.
correct, and I left room for it being in the billions, and that was based
God
off
bless
of
you.
estimates that I've seen in the past.
was-
But I knew for sure it was millions, hence why I said millions.
Fucking moron. You fucking moron. So how you get a billion from 3 million, you fucking moron?
Did I start with a billion?
You said if not billions, but it was only 3 million.
Okay, so
You
I love
fucking
how
idiot.
you're dancing over the first part. You can
So are
continue
you a
to do
liar?
all the rambles and insults.
Were you
or gonna
exaggerating?
engage back
Are
in the
you a liar?
conversations.
Or are you a moron?
I didn't lie.
You said a billion.
I
You said
did
a
not
billion,
say a
if not a
billion.
billion.
Can you? You
You said if not
literally
a
keep saying
billion.
back to me what I said, and then you're trying to misconstrue it. If I said
You're a
billions of
fucking
dollars
cultist,
were spent in
dude.
repairing the damage, you fucking dolt. Would you
It
like
was-
to
it
engage
was-
in the conversation? Would you keep fucking crying? Which one are you going to
2
do?
billion.
Do you regret your vote? Yes or no?
The BLM riots were 2 billion in damage, right?
Do you regret your vote?
Do you
yes
care
or
about
no?
that? No, I do not regret my vote.
Why
You
is
wanna
that?
know why? Because the Dems are for open borders. They're for
Tell
men
me what Democratic
beating women
policy
in
supported
women's
open
sports.
borders. Tell me what Democratic policy supported open borders.
He lifted the Remain in Mexico. Can you name an administration
Remain
that
in
had more
Mexico
illegal
was actually
immigration than
stopped
Biden?
by the Supreme Court.
Okay,
But no,
so name
Joe
an
Biden did
administration
not
that had
support
more
it.
illegal immigration than Biden.
What do you mean name it? I cannot name that. We do not have a number. Of
Yeah, you can't
crossings.
name an administration that had
We
more
don't track
illegal,
crossings.
illegal
No.
immigration than Biden.
We
Correct?
don't track crossings.
Because they're undocumented, right?
We don't track crossings.
What do you mean we don't track crossings?
We don't track crossings. Can you tell me where we have a record of crossings?
Exactly, because they're undocumented and we can't track them, right?
No, because we just don't know who can enter in and out. There is no metric that we can use to definitively
so
say
are you saying that-
someone
are you
illegally
saying that
entered
there
the
wasn't a
United
border
States
disaster under
unless
Biden?
we had a prosecution? No, there was not
You
a
are
border
fucking
disaster under
goof,
Biden.
dude.
Can you substantiate how there was?
Were you asleep during the 4 years of Biden?
Clearly you were.
You don't remember the border crisis under Biden?
What border crisis?
You're just gonna sit here and play
Thank
dumb?
you guys for the follows. What border
Are you
crisis?
dumb? Are you dumb or are you playing dumb?
Davey, why are
You
MAGA
remember when
men-
Kamala Harris had to go down to the South
hey,
American
Davey.
countries
Hey,
to
Davey.
track the root causes?
Hey,
Why did
Davey.
she have to do that?
Davey, why are
You guys
MAGA
are
men?
you
The same
guys
reason
are
Joe Biden did.
morons.
Why are MAGA men so soft?
And emotional. This guy is so
Why are you such a
emotional.
liar? Are you a liar or are you dumb?
Nothing I said lied.
You're saying we didn't have a.
You have yet to refute.
You're saying we
anything I
didn't
said.
have a border crisis under Biden.
You have yet to refute anything that I've said. You just keep throwing insults. Would you actually
Okay,
like to refute
I
what I
said
said?
Dems are for open borders, and you're
and
like,
I said
well,
how, and then
how
you
are they
couldn't
for
point to a
open
policy.
borders?
You mentioned remain in Mexico or the Migrant Protection Protocol, which was shut down in part by the Supreme Court, quite literally because of the human rights violations that it was. Legal asylum seekers were required to stay in their country and violate USC 1325.
Dude, you're a cultist, man. You're a Dem slave.
Yeah,
they own you.
And every single time you don't respond,
You people
to what
have
I'm
the
making,
worst
but
neighborhoods.
You proceed with insults. You make me look better. So
Are you saying
keep
that
hurling
Biden
them.
didn't end remain
Keep
in
hurling
Mexico?
them. Keep hurling
You're saying
them.
that Biden didn't end
I quite literally
remain in
answered
Mexico.
your question already.
Me, Davey. Me so tough.
Man, you guys are so dumb, dude. You're so dumb. This is why Kamala lost every swing state and the popular vote. Anyways, I don't regret. Anyways, I don't regret my vote for Trump because, again, the Dems are for open borders. They're for men beating women in women's sports. They're for defunding the police.
Hector,
They are
by the way,
for.
look
Well,
at
are you for defund the police?
Hector, look at his profile picture. Look at his
$2
profile
billion
picture and then-
in damage.
Just look at it.
$2
and he's
billion
not
in
being held
damage to small businesses during the BLM riots. Those were people's lives. Those were people's businesses.
I'm sorry. Are you wearing
sorry.
a jacket that says President Trump 2024 with a badge? Hold on.
You fucking cultist, dude. That's just a picture of someone. That's just a picture of someone I saw. Is this
Oh, got
are you wearing
And you
this?
like that jacket too. You said, "Yeah, Daddy
Hell
Trump."
yeah, I know
I
it
love
triggers
that.
you,
Hell
boy.
yeah, Daddy Trump. I like
Boy,
that jacket.
I know it triggers
I
you,
like that
dude.
jacket. Yeah, Daddy
Are
Trump.
you,
Is that
are
what
you
wear?
actually standing next to an American flag? You guys hate America, bro.
Where do you see me standing?
Isn't your picture of you with an American flag behind you?
Do you see legs?
Oh, sitting? I'm sorry,
I mean, I'm
goofball.
not surprised that you're blind, but I mean, you didn't have to.
So you're
make
for
it so
defunding the police.
Yeah,
Let's see. Are you a
you've been
left-tard or are
pivoting
you
all
a
over the
socialist?
place. You've been pivoting all over the place. Can you stay on
Again.
one goddamn thing? So, how did Remain in Mexico end?
The problem was Mayorkas was in charge of the border and he was incompetent.
How did Remain
Just
in
like
Mexico
Biden.
end?
Did you think that Biden was
How
competent? Yes or no?
did Remain
Dude, you're a
in
fucking
Mexico
liar and a
end?
moron.
You said Biden ended it. How did it end? How did he end it?
Okay, how did Trump secure the border day one?
How did Joe Biden end Remain in
How-
Mexico? It's a simple question. Just requires
How
a
did
simple
Trump
answer.
secure the border day one, boy?
He didn't. Oh,
He didn't,
not
really?
the microaggressions.
Really?
Not the microaggressions.
Dude, you're a damn slave,
Aw,
bro.
That's so cute.
You should free
so
yourself,
anyways, the
man.
more you hurl insults, the more I win. Okay?
The
I
more
need you
I
to
win.
answer simple questions.
You
I
smoked the bowl or
know
what?
that you have an IQ below room temperature. I know
I
that your
graduated
best
college.
relationship was with your right hand. I know
Dude,
that you're probably
you're a
feeling
fucking
very
slave.
good about yourself right now because
I know
you
you're
can
a
hide
slave.
behind someone else's
I know
picture
you'll do it.
and a
I know
fake
you do
name.
whatever they
But how about you
I know
actually
you got the
use
COVID
the
vaccine.
sliver of intelligence that
I
your
know
mother
you-
and your daddy summarized
I-
or
you never
summed
met
up
your daddy.
when they decided to nut
You
inside
never
of
met
each
your
other
daddy.
and bring you to birth? I met both of them, actually. That's funny.
You
So
have-
what I
you have
need
two
you
gay
to
dads.
do, I love that you just
got two
assumed
gay
they were
dads.
gay, you fucking dope. You ever heard of a stepfather?
You got two gay dads.
You ever heard of a
Oh,
stepfather?
daddy left mommy.
Oh my God.
Mommy was getting plowed by how many guys? You're a slave, dude.
Yeah.
You believe everything
can
they
you,
tell
can
you.
Can you address the points? Can you address anything, or do you want to keep crying?
Sure, you're saying that
You
we
wanna address
didn't
the
have
points
a
or you wanna
border
keep crying?
crisis under Biden.
I'm
You're saying we didn't
you're
have
the
a
one
border
who said
crisis
we
under
did.
Biden.
Can you substantiate how?
Yes, of course we did. We
Substantiate
had
how?
record illegal immigration and child trafficking at the border under Biden.
Where do you track those numbers?
You can, with our fucking eyes, them crossing through the desert, through the Rio
There are
Grande, over
videos
the
of
Rio
people
Grande
crossing the
River.
border under the Trump administration. What's your
So
point?
we have we had no idea.
Hey, you said with
if
your
people were
eyes.
crossing
You
the
said with your
border.
eyes. We said had
Yes.
rampant illegal immigration. So if I pull up
Yes.
a video of people crossing the border under the Biden administration or the Trump administration, or a source that shows caravans heading towards the southern border, which made Donald Trump declare a national emergency, You would then have to concede that Donald Trump also had surges of people crossing the border, right?
Boy, are you saying that the border was more secure under Biden than Trump? Are you fucking kidding me?
How do you define secure?
You can't be that. You can't be
How
this
do you
big of a
define
cultist.
secure?
God bless you.
You keep answering my questions
you're
with a
either
question.
dumb
The reason why
or
you
you're a
keep
fucking
going back to
cultist.
your talking points and questions is because you know that you're lying. If you're not lying, you
Okay.
can
The
substantiate
Dems
one
do-
point that you make. 1 point. Just one.
The Dems don't support
Just
the
one.
police, and they
Yeah, police have nothing to do with immigration. Stick to
They
the
don't-
topic. Stick to the topic.
fucking
Can
idiot,
you give me
dude.
one metric that proves that Biden did not have the border in control? Give me
Yes,
one.
here's the proof. The Dems don't support the police or the
Those
border
are
patrol.
two different things. I know you have a comprehension problem. You know what? Let me help you out. Let me help you out.
Dems don't support
Let me help you out. So
Slave.
the border,
You are a slave.
southern U.S. Mexico
Correct.
border
Correct.
had people there called Border Patrol agents.
Yes, and Mayorkas was in
Border
charge of them.
Patrol agents.
Yes, and they can be
would
told to stand down.
have
Correct.
No way of recording crossings. Crossings is not
They're keeping track of them.
something we record.
Dude, you're an idiot, bro.
Thank you so much, Real Fake News, for the swan. I
You're an
appreciate you.
idiot. You're
So,
an absolute idiot.
If you
imbecile.
believe that border surge, border unsafe under Biden, give me metric I can use to prove that. Let
We
me
can't
help you
tell-
out on what a metric is.
you're saying
So,
can't
if
tell us
I'm
what-
to say that Donald Trump is terrible when it comes to fiscal responsibility, never mind, he got a violation.
God bless you.
2 for 2.
Thank you, Gucci, for the DJ glasses. I appreciate you.
I love it when they bring up the defund the police, because we can look at the OBBA and we can find out literally how they defunded the police in the One Big Beautiful Bill Act.
That is
Kind
correct.
of funny how that works.
That is correct.
Hi, Hector. How's it going?
Mant, did you vote for Trump?
No, I didn't. I was just wanted to make a quick point. I can drop down after that, or you can drop me down right away if you want.
What is your point?
I was just wanted to ask that guy if he was in favor of Trump's actions with Nicolas Maduro, and how does he feel about the immigration crisis as a result of removing Nicolas Maduro? Because like whenever America goes and does this kind of thing, we go into these southern countries and cause destabilization in these Latin American countries. What do you think happens? People that then go and get into power, instability happens, and then people pick up and leave their homes that they've only ever known and leave for somewhere that can be safer. That's the result. I mean, like, if you're against illegal immigration, you should be against Trump's actions with Nicolas Maduro. Boom.
6,000%. Appreciate you coming up.
So.
Can't cry about illegal immigration as the U.S. goes around and destabilizes regions, which literally causes surges at the southern border when these people need a way out.
Hector, polls have closed in your state.
Polls have closed as of 2 minutes ago. I doubt there's any lines for some of these seats, but if you're an individual in the line, thank you so much for voting. Today was the runoffs, and in a few hours, we will have the results of the lieutenant governor, attorney general, and several other seats, special runoffs in select districts. So W to all the Texans who voted before, voted early and then voted today. W to y'all. I actually have a story about that. I'm a little annoyed. I'm actually very annoyed by this. But
well, before you share your story, I could guarantee you one result of an election today, and that you are the sexiest man on planet Earth.
I started this. I started this. Fucking A. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, first and foremost, Trump supporters request up in the box. You're the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on the screen, 737-295-5321. I see you guys over on the YouTube side. Samuel, go Trump. Come tell me how. Go ahead. Go Trump out the White House. That part news trolls. So I actually wasn't able to vote in today's elections. And the reason why is because I moved. I moved back in February and I meant to update my address and I forgot to do so. In the primaries that we did for the Democrats, where I voted for Jasmine Crockett, as well as that went, that was the one where you actually could have used a limited ballot, and you could have used that limited ballot for voting in your new district. I didn't know that at the time. I actually drove all the way to Austin to vote, and then I found out about limited ballots. Regardless, I got my vote in. Limited ballots cannot be used in runoffs. Limited ballots cannot be used in runoffs. The only way I could have voted today was by driving all the way to Austin to do so, which I almost did until I found out that when I updated my registration, when I updated the address on my driver's license, that cancels out your previous registration. So I updated it. Oh, where did Steve go? That fucker. So I updated it. And then that canceled out my previous registration. So then I could not drive to Austin to vote even if I wanted to. So unfortunately, this is the first election since Kamala Harris in 2024 that I actually wasn't able to vote in. And I'm a little disappointed in that. But hopefully the results were still solid. I learned that the hard way. Yeah. You can vote in both primaries. It's not a regular primary. Kelly, this is for some special seats. This is for lieutenant governor. Because Crockett's already gone. So people like Cornyn and whatnot, they're already advancing off to the general election. This was for the people who didn't get at least 50% of the vote and for the other special seats. Even if Paxton wins, Texans will vote for him just because he's a pedo protector and Trump bootlicker. Literally. You don't automatically get a new voter registration? No. Or at least I wouldn't have gotten it in time. I just did all the updating today. And that's what canceled out my previous one. Unfortunately.
God bless you.
Yo, I can't call you. Is the number working? Yes, it is working. Sounds like a you problem. 737-295-5321. Thank you so much, Karen, for the perfumes. I appreciate you. Big W's to you. Guys, make sure you're double tapping the screen. In 15 minutes, we'll be live for an hour. I want to see the likes up to 100K. 338 people watching. Make sure you're double tapping the screen. Let's get that heart bar going. Which gift do I want to see? Iowa primaries are next Tuesday. Yes, we do have. Hold on. I have dates for you guys. For June the 2nd, this is going to be the next ones. So June the 2nd, Iowa, California, Montana, New Mexico, New Jersey, South Dakota. Those are the 6 states. Your primaries, early voting's now. Your primaries is going to be on June the 2nd for those 6 states. If you're in those 6 states, make sure to take note of that and get ready for June the 2nd. Quick question. Why would you have voted for Kamala? I'm not engaging with the chat, bro. I'm not engaging with Russian bots. We've had bots all day today. I'm only engaging with people who call in and request up the number in the box. If you're a real person, you can prove it by calling in. I'm done doing with these fucking paid bots. You know what's crazy? All these news coming out of like literal paid actors in Israel, in Russia, in China, in whatever the fuck. And Trump supporters still don't get it. Like they still don't get it. All of these reports coming out that so many instigators are bought and paid for, and Trump supporters still don't get it. Like I said, if Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Nick fucking Fuentes, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Thomas Massey can all get that Donald Trump played them like a fiddle and denounce him, so can you. You especially can, because they were privy to information that you weren't. Some of these people campaigned alongside him, had conversations with him, took photos with him, may have even been given certain positions. I'll never forget, bro. I remember Tucker Carlson on a daily basis were saying some shit outrageous. They ate up Tucker Carlson's words. When I watched the clip of this man saying, I deeply regret what I did. I'm going to have to pay for this for years on end. I was like, bruh. What are we doing? Also, these gifts are super cute. I'm going to set these gifts because they're super cute. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Capybara? How do you pronounce that? I don't know how you pronounce that. Capybara. Pronunciation. How do you say this?
Capybara.
Capybara. Kappa, not cappy. Kappa.
Capybara.
Not all of you guys saying I said it right.
God bless you.
Not all of you guys saying I said it right. Not you motherfuckers lying to me. That's the problem with mobs, bro. Don't believe the masses, bro. Y'all was gonna get me fucked up. Is it either? Is it either? Is it really? Because Google just said
Capybara. Capybara.
Capybara. You motherfuckers lied to me. Thank you so much, Not Karen, for the papabaras. I appreciate you. Masters in zoology here. It's either. Let me see that degree. DM me your degree. I don't trust you. Oh, I love fucking with y'all. I absolutely love fucking with y'all. W's in the chat to Frank for the $2 super chat. Hector, very professional. Last caller was a racist rat. I don't know if I'd consider myself professional, but I appreciate your support. Thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate you. I do my best, y'all. I do my best to get up here and engage in civil conversations, but instead I just get slurs and misinformation. Bruh. We literally just got a misinformation flag. This app will never cease. This app will never cease to piss me off. People can come up here, say whatever the hell they want, and before TikTok flags them, they'll flag me. For Capybara? I don't know.
God bless you.
Thank you, Val, for the Capybara swim. I appreciate you. How the fuck you gonna give me a flag for mispronouncing a word? I remember when Trump supporters were bragging and they said, Donald Trump saved TikTok. Donald Trump bought it with an American company. That made it better. TikTok has only gotten worse since the U.S. got their hands on it.
God bless you.
This app has only got fucking worse. Thank you so much, Gucci, for the capybaras. Excuse me, TikTok. Capybaras. God fucking forbid. Anyway. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. If you're a Trump supporter who regrets their vote, you're growing more and more tired with the actions of this administration, you may request up in the box. This live is a safe space for you, if you will, to come up here and express what exactly made you turn away from the Trump administration. Was it the fact that they ran off of no new wars and immediately started instigating them? Was it the fact that they ran off of protecting women, have done everything in their power to reduce their rights to their bodily autonomy and safety? Was it the fact that he campaigned off of literal socialist policies after you guys said socialism will be the damning of this country? Was it the fact that he has been very much implicated with the files, the Island Man files, and now you can't run away from it when the likes of Thomas Massey is saying it with his full chest? What exactly made you decide that you cannot support him anymore? And if you're a Trump supporter who does not regret their vote, you think he's doing a fantastic job, you think I'm just a liberal shill who's lying, the call-in number is available for you. You may tell me what exactly he's lying about. I'm lying about. W's in the chat to Devin for the $2 super chat. The TikTok is worse for liberal creators on purpose, which is crazy because we literally make TikTok the most money. Like, we literally make TikTok the most money. But it's fine. It is what it is. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, Miss Donna. I appreciate y'all. I forgot about that maze. So we do have the links in the bio, which is going to take you to a few things specifically. One of those things being my shop, where you guys can get yourself some merchandise, particularly from the Make 2 + 2 = 4 Again line. Thursday, we do get some new samples in, so I will be displaying all of those for you on Thursday's live, and we will do another sale for that as well to get 10% off. And if you click on my username, if you go to my bio, there's actually a showcase. Thank you so much, Maze, for helping me out with this. There's a showcase with all of those pieces of merch directly. We can actually buy it through TikTok. And you don't even have to go directly to the shop. But if you did, hectorshops.com with 2 R's. The reason why I will tell you to go to the shop and get you merchandise is because TikTok shop doesn't give you the discount code. If you go to hectorshops.com with 2 R's, you can use We All Win, discount code We All Win for 10% off your entire purchase. So I always tell them to go there first. If you don't give a fuck, check out the showcase. Thank you so much, Miss Donna, for the hold on. Capybaras. Thank you, Jordan, for the, where did it go? The Sing Together gift. I appreciate you. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much.
God bless you.
Thank you for the Capybara swim. I don't know if you like punk music. When is she in Austin? I used to live in Austin. I don't live there now. But I do plan to go back soon. I miss Austin. Austin was key. Austin was key. Trump is the smart. Hold on. It's that time in the show, guys. Hold on. It's that time in the show. It's that time in the show. Let me put this up for you guys. It's that time in the show. There's it. There's that. Let me put it up for the YouTubers. Let me put it up for the YouTubers. Where did it go? I'll leave you right here. Trump is the smartest person in the world. Liberals have no clue why he's doing what he's doing. This is why I don't engage with the comments. Because if that isn't a bot, how much are they paying you, bot? 7 cents a minute? Maybe you're one of the lucky ones. Maybe you get 12 cents a minute. Maybe you're one of the lucky ones. You probably got a raise. You probably got 12 cents a minute. I'm going to go with 12. Yeah. Half of Trump supporters online are bots. That's literally what I'm learning more and more on a daily basis. Yes, it is a job, Maze. If you guys didn't know that. Yeah. It's a literal job. It's a literal job. When you have more and more people willing to type up a bunch of random nonsense in the chat versus actually substantiating their points, they're bots or they're paid. Bots or paid. I vividly recall November 6th, 2024. I vividly recall January 2025. I remember February, March, April, May, June. They got more quiet and more quiet. And we spent more days talking to blank profile pictures than actual people. Trump support has literally gone down since he won. And if that isn't telling enough of how pathetic this false facade of MAGA still being a thing is, I don't know what else to tell you. These people have no support, not from the general public, not anymore. When you look at the most conservative polls from the Republican base, they'll still show strong from pools of like 4 people. I'm bullshitting. 400 people. And then when you look at the broader American public, the people who help them win their seats, moderates, independents, right? Some people voted for the first time. Where's their polling shows? You know it's bad when the president of the United States brags about polling higher in Israel than he does in the United States. That's when you know it's really bad. When you poll higher in Israel than you do in the United States with your own base, that tells you everything you need to know. Everything you need to know. Maze, I don't know why you invited Leia. Leia's a friendly. Leia's a friendly. Guys, if you have not sent your daily heartbeats, please send your daily heartbeats in the top left corner. Send your daily heartbeats. Super important that you do that at least once a week. Didn't mean to, all good. Super important you do that every single week. It only costs 1 coin, helps boost us out in the FYP. And W to you guys for getting the likes up to 100,000. 100,000. I'm not a bot. I don't get paid to do what I do. What a bot thing to say. Are you a bot? Nuh-uh. I totally believe you. They're not even trying anymore. They're not even trying anymore, bro. You guys can't see it. It's over on YouTube side. The same Deuces bot right here. They just said I'm not a bot. Bro. I can't do anything else but laugh at these Trump supporters. I have a funny video to show you guys, bro. I have a funny video to show you guys. Let me put this up on the screen. Let me put this up on the screen. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where did I put it? Let me move this tab over here. So I saw this video today, and it brought me great joy. It brought me great joy. I'm going to post the link over on YouTube in a second. This brought me great joy, bro.
Gas is too hot. Oh, gas is too hot. Put on your walking shoes. We may be walking soon. Gas is too hot. Gas is too hot. Oh, gas is too hot. Put on your walking shoes. We may be walking. Put on your walking shoes. We may be walking. Put on your walking shoes. We may be walking soon. Gas is too hot. It's too hot. 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 It's too hot. Too hot. 87. Too hot.
91.
Too hot.
93.
Too hot. Diesel. Too hot. It's too hot. Too hot. Too hot. Too hot. Too hot. Too hot. Yeah.
I don't care if you're liberal, conservative, Republican, Democrat, rich, poor, gay, straight, black, white. They motherfucking ate
God
that
bless
shit.
you.
Thank you, Valerie, for the capybara with song. Perfect gift. That was the perfect gift for that. Perfect. Exactly, Maze. Perfect timing. W's to you, Valerie. I appreciate your support. I don't care where you lean, bro. That they ate. They fucking ate. They ate. Too hot? No, too high. Gas prices too high. That's what they were saying. Also, gas prices are too high. $126 a barrel was the highest average we got to. By the way, those of you who did not know this, I actually learned this today. I actually learned this just today. A member of the Discord was posting on EPA laxing some regulations on 15% of ethanol being put on our gas. So one of the reasons why gas prices somewhat, and I mean barely, were mitigated from going over $126 a barrel here in the United States is because the EPA put out some directives where they were allowing, and they do this over the summer, they were allowing 15% of ethanol to be put in gases to quickly bring down the price of gas. This isn't something that's unique to the Trump administration. The Biden administration did it as well, specifically 2022 to 2023. What I did find surprising is that Obama did not. Obama did not, or at least for half of his term. There was only 4 years specifically where they had those, but I would say the ramping up of it taking place, because it was 7 times in 2022, and I forgot the amount in 2023, that was different. So that's one of the reasons why gas prices went down. However, we are dealing with shittier gas. We're literally dealing with shittier gas. What is different, and I believe they're changing the ruling now to be permanent. They're trying to allow you to sell E15 gas year round. That is what they're trying to do. And they're trying to change the regulations in the CAA that passed. And that's what they're trying to pass in Congress. It already went through the House. It's currently in the Senate. And if it goes through, in order for Republicans to hide the fact that they're doing a shit job on the economy, they're going to give you guys garbage gas all year round, not just over the summer, all year round. So yay. Also keep a close eye on the Democrats who vote alongside them. That's super important. Make sure you're keeping a close eye on the Democrats. Because if they vote for that shit, I don't know what the fuck else to tell y'all. Make it make sense. I'm going to do this final call, and I think we're going to call it. I think we're about to call it. Because they are too chicken shit today. If they can't slur or lie, they don't really want to call in. So we're going to do this final call. If you are a Trump supporter, don't boo me, Maze. If you are a Trump supporter, and actually, I always forget to give you guys qualifiers. I have to give you guys your qualifiers. If you are a Trump supporter who A, is smarter than a fifth grader, B, isn't in a loving relationship with your sister, and C, can actually articulate a cohesive point and be prepared to prove it with facts and evidence, request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you are over on the tube side, you may call in the number on screen, 737-295-5321. And if you're a Trump supporter who doesn't have to bother meeting those qualifications because maybe that was you last year, but this year you've woken up to the actions of this administration. You've woken up to the fact that you got played like a fiddle. You woke up to the fact that his campaign promises were just that, false promises. Kind of like when you're in an abusive relationship with your ex who keeps saying they'll change 17 years in. If you realize you're one of those people and you'd like to express why and join the side of the angels, you may request up in the box as well, and we will have a conversation with you with minimal judgment. Greatly close the pool with the first two. I'm trying to help them out. I told Trump supporters to request up. It didn't help, so I was trying to give them some helpful tips, some helpful points. It didn't work. It did not work, bro. It did not work. I sure tried, too. Ooh. Should I be nice? Should I give you guys a preview of my latest video? I only ever give previews to the subscribers in the Discord. Should I give you guys a preview of my latest video? Gucci, you're a subscriber. Are you not? Speaking of, really quickly. If you're in the Discord, you need to do a few things. One, if you're in the Discord and you don't have access to the entire server, it's because you didn't follow the prompts. Is there anyone in the Discord who does not have access to the full server? Speak now. Speak now, forever hold your peace. No, because then why am I paying to be a subscriber? That's diabolical. Shauna, damn, bro. Shauna said, fuck these broke ass niggas. Shauna said, the fuck you doing? Giving these people shit. The fuck am I paying for? I'm exclusive. I'm the shit. Don't be giving those brokies nothing. That's what Shauna said. Look in the comments. It's right there. That's what Shauna said, bro. I sent one yesterday. I showed the preview yesterday of the video. I was actually supposed to upload today. I'll do it tomorrow. Already got access to that one. This is a whole new video that no one else will be able to see. They got their exclusive access. And they still said, don't give them no more. That's some hating ass behaviors right there. Bro. Crazy. But yeah, if you're in the Discord, make sure you follow the prompts in the Get Access and Rules section. The Get Access and Rules section is where you're supposed to pick your verification role. Once you verify that you've read the rules, you'll then get access to the rest of the server. and then you pick your state role. So that way, something happens in North Carolina, I tag North Carolina, you're the first to know. Something happens in Texas, tag Texas, you're the first to know. Something happens in Arizona, tag Arizona, you're the first to know. So make sure you're doing all of that. Those of you on the YouTube side, if you're a member here, check out the link in the description of this live stream. I should have it pinned, actually. I didn't have it pinned. Shit. Check out the link in the description of this live stream. Click on the Discord icon. Let me know you're a subscriber because it's not automatically connected, and I will give you that role. And I'll give you access to the rest of the server. But the subscriber space in the Discord is where we post exclusive updates and little like previews of stuff before I upload it to TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. It comes with all of your perks. If you're a member, you're literally paying for this. So you might as well get the best of it if you're in the Discord. And then you may also choose to become a subscriber to the Discord. Joining the Discord is free, but you can choose to subscribe there because TikTok takes too much of the superfan. YouTube is a lot nicer at it, but Discord only takes 10% of everything that I make. So if you really want to support, that is super duper helpful. Alrighty, so I think we should be nice to y'all. I think we should be nice to y'all. Shauna's just hating. I'm gonna give y'all a preview. Those of you over on the YouTube side, you will not be able to see it. Unfortunately, you will not be able to see it. I may post it over there. But at least y'all can do is listen to it. In fact, I think I should just wrap up here on the YouTube side. No one's going to call in. Yeah, I think we'll just end it here. Those of you on the YouTube side, hit the like button on the stream on your way out. Thank you, guys. I think your projection says a little something about your mindset. I think you're a bitch and you won't call in. How about that? Take that mute. So, those of you over on the YouTube side, just trying to get me canceled. Thank you guys so much for being here. Once again, hit the like button on the way out. Make sure that you are subscribing. Turn on notification bells on your way out the door. To all the super chats, the super stickers, the memberships, I greatly appreciate all of you. It takes a lot to do what we do here on a daily basis, so all of you guys help support that mission. We will be back tomorrow. No Fun and Fact show tomorrow because Erica's on vacation for the next 10 days. So no, the next 2 Fun and Facts we won't have. Damn, the fuck am I going to do with my Wednesday mornings? I'll figure it out. We'll be back for the debates tomorrow. No Fun and Fact show for the next 2 weekends, or 2 Tuesdays, Wednesdays, fucking A. But I'll catch you guys for the next stream. Greatly appreciate every last one of you. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Come over to TikTok if you guys want to see the video. Come over.